Ladies and gentlemen, that is right. It is that time to kick it all off again. It's Street Fighter League Japan season number 6 with our very own Street Fighter 6 with just a little over a month of gameplay. We are about to witness some of the strongest players in Japan reinvent what Street Fighter truly means with the brand new game. I am absolutely excited for it, and it's going to be an absolute pleasure to deliver the official English broadcast. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Vicious, in-game commentator for Street Fighter 6, alongside Saint Cola, who has been throwing it down at almost each and every local in and out of the streets for Street Fighter 6 as well. Before we get into it, we got to talk about a lot of things, right? We got some brand new rules, some brand new players, and some brand new teams. But before we get into that with the full introduction, let's take a look at what is happening going into it, right? We see a little bit of a difference here this time around with the season, with the first and second stage. You may have noticed 3 additional teams coming through it. In this 2-stage thing, this whole dance with the 2 stages, we get to see some of the top players duke it out in a round-robin style in the first stage and watch some of these teams accumulate as many points as possible to get themselves acclimated into stage number 2. That's where we kind of get familiar with what had happened in previous seasons, where we get to see all these players duke it out yet again for all of those points to get into the playoff spot. With that in mind, talking about the first stage, I do have my man Saint Cola. First and foremost, yo man, how are you feeling?
楽しい社会の実現に向け挑戦する人を応援する設立70周年の太陽ホールディングス株式会社から優勝賞金500万円、準優勝200万円、3位には100万円の総額
So there's 18 or 8 million yen on the line in total, an absolute total right here. That's split up 5 million with first place, second place getting second, or 2 million I should say, and third getting 1 million in total. That's a lot of guap. Y'all can do your exchanges over there. But Vicious, it's a little bit different than previous season, is it not?
この後はマッチ1、広島チーム戦対ファブゲーミング。20時頃からはマッチ2、最瞬間ソル熊本対シノビズムゲーミング。21時頃からはマッチ3、グッドエイトスクワット対サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング大阪。この3試合をお送りしてまいります。またカプコン e スポーツ公式ツイッターではリーグの最新情報をお届けしてまいります。シャープ SF リーグをつけてチームや選手たちに試合の感想や応援コメントをつぶやいてください。番組の中で紹介させていただきますので、どしどしお願いいたします。
どしどしね。はい。お願いします。
かなりね、下の方にでも今映ってますけども、あんな感じでね、スタジアムの中に応援コメントなんかが表示されたりとありますし、昨年はね、皆様のご協力のおかげでトレンド上位にも入ったと。
本当にね、ありがたいことですよね。
はい、いうことですので、今シーズンもストリートファイターリーグをより多くの方にご覧いただくためにも皆様のご協力よろしくお願いいたします。
We are getting ourselves ready for our first couple of matches here in our very first day of Street Fighter League Japan. Our first matchup, as previously stated, I'm not too sure if you guys caught the intro, but just in case, welcome everybody again. This is the official English broadcast of Street Fighter League Japan. Our first matchup is going to be going up with HIROSHIMA Team Ikusa versus FAV Gaming, and of course we have it all broadcasted alongside these fine gentlemen on Kokujin's the legend Kokujin, I should say. Put some respect on his name. Daigo as well is going to be restreaming it, as well as Haitani. Man, I've actually never ever seen Haitani in a suit ever, but man, he looks good. But speaking of looking good, these teams are absolutely stacked. We haven't really get to see some of the big introductions, but allow me to do so for HIROSHIMA Team Ikusa, starting things off with Aqua, the Magician. We've been playing a lot of Street Fighter and broadcasting a lot of Street Fighter League Japan for these last couple of seasons, but this is the man I've been having my eye on, right? Fighting Spirit himself, brand new to the fray. It's Jazzy as the Fighting Spirit, going in with Luke, and now, of course, the massive pad grappler coming back to the stage is Kishi Palmer, followed by their captain bringing in the storm. It is Storm Kubo himself. Now, This is a powerhouse team because of the versatility that this team presents. Now, I've highly encouraged you guys to check all of these individuals out on their own streams. You can find them over on Twitch as lively as ever as well. But they have quite the face-off here in their first match. It's FAV Gaming as their opponents, starting things off with the judge, I will say the jury and executioner, none other than Bon Chen of Red Bull fame, of course, the FG Scout, the Prodigy, Tokido, coming in as well for FAV Gaming. Coming back as well, the eyes of desperation, it's none other than Ryusei. Boy, did we miss him, coming in from FAV Gaming, and of course, the halberd, the strongest spear. You know him, you absolutely adore him. It's Takanoko, and that rounds out Team FAV Gaming, hailing from Saitama. Not One Punch Man, but the region. Now we get to totally talk about the roster coming in as well for some of these characters, or some of these players with the characters they've picked, right? Taking a look at what's to come. A little bit of a spoiler alert. I've been doing a lot of research on Storm Kubo, maining E Honda as well. Kichipamu making big waves over at the Red Bull qualifier for South Africa, actually, in their Japan qualifier. He's going to be Zangief. He's going to be going up first against Bonchan's Luke. Now, this makes a lot of sense with Bonchan going with Luke, right? Being able to kind of harass with the fireball game and also pick up the character in Street Fighter V, but knowing full well the kind of play style that Bonchan has, he kind of wants to dominate the space, primarily with great neutral buttons and an amazing fireball. Well, guess what? Luke is that complete package. So, with that in mind, this is going to be the true testament for Zangief, right? I want to see what Kichipamu has up his sleeve to kind of the big strategies that Luke can implement, because Luke really is the complete package. So, we'll kind of see how the meta is going to be shifting. I know a lot of players have been gravitating towards, more so towards Luke, but this is going to be the most opportune time to figure out what Zangief needs to do in this specific matchup. Granted, the creativity behind Kichipamu, the massive pad grappler, the way that he's been innovating this character season after season after season in Street Fighter V, by the way, and also kind of taking advantage of the other grapplers in the roster. This brings me much joy and excitement to see him on the Zangief pick again. Now, this character can absolutely melt your life bar with just about 3 OD command grabs, OD SPDs specifically, right? It's going to be Bonchan's primary objective to not get grappled, straight up. And that's just how it goes. That's going to be the story of the game. So, with that in mind, I think Bonchan has a lot going for him with the matchup itself. Now, I understand it's too early to kind of call it out. It's only been a month and some change. To be exact, a month and about 5 days, 4.5 days or so. I think there's a lot that Luke can do to kind of suppress Zangief. There's not a lot that Zangief has on defense, on Wake Up, right? Other than maybe like something invulnerable, like a level 2 super, level 3 super / critical art, etc. But for the most part, Luke can actually harass down Zangief pretty well. Can actually counterpoke the character extremely well too. So we are going to see what kind of struggle this truly is for either character, right? Because I don't think they fought each other enough in the realm of ranked, if I'm not mistaken. Taking a look at both players' CFN currently, and also that's like the greatest thing too. Some of the players, I highly doubt at this stage of the game, considering how early it is, that either of these players have created a separate CFN account. I mean, granted, they could be playing on PC, they could be playing on PS5 at the same time, right? To create, you know, separate accounts to kind of mask their training sessions. But one thing is for certain, one of these players will be getting the first W of Street Fighter League Japan Season 6. Will it be Kichipa, representing Team Hiroshima Ikusa? Or will it be Bonchan, representing Team FAV Gaming? We're going to find out momentarily, but as it stands right now, again, my name is Vicious. I appreciate you all tuning in. A little bit of a hiccup with the audio, but that's just how it goes, man. Full transparency, we are trying to get it up and running to have St. Cola with us as soon as possible. But again, this is going to be the season of all seasons, setting the pace, setting the bar, if you will. Of course, Nanai and Hameko throwing it down on commentary for Japan in their native language. Always doing a fantastic job. Nanai actually also being a part of CR Cup not too long ago, the big collab with a lot of pro streamers, VTubers, etc., offering great advice, great coaching as well. Hameko doing an amazing job of analyzing the mechanics of the game, the inner workings of certain characters as well, and providing a lot of insight. So I highly encourage you guys as well, if you can, follow both of those commentators on Twitter if you could find them. If not, I will be sure to give them a holler as well. But here we go. Getting ready. Zangief already posing. Let's see how it goes. Match number 1. So Kichipamu and Bonchan. Again, we talked about the kind of range and strategy that Luke is going to be implementing. Love the punch counter against the headbutt, and now it's going to be the green stuff coming on in there. No, sir. No party time just yet. Kichipamu trying to sneak a fast one in with the drive rush into the SPD, but already back towards the wall. We get a safe jump. No, he just backs up.
The throw. Uh-oh, and burnout
Loving
impact.
This offensive onslaught now from Bonchan, walking up just a couple of steps to build up some extra meter, going into the full kill. That's Bonchan, first round, 1 bar apiece. Also, when it comes to the super art down below from both, again, that medium kick is going to be harassing. And I love the armor usage off of the Fierce. That's sweet. Also, very, very far. Kichipamu does get the knockdown. Counter hit confirm off of the Hell Staff into the Lariat. And I love this coming in now. You're in range of SPD. Waiting for the jump. Damn! That air-to-air was actually quite massive in terms of the exchange. Benefiting Bonchan, slowly getting out of the corner. Punish counter sweep. Just get to the other side. What was that? A reversal from the side of Kichipamu? I don't know what it was. Monkey magic. Needs to find that magic real soon. But it's Bonchan up. Beast mode, baby! Scored himself a knockdown, but also some significant damage. Kichipamu slowly building up that drive gauge as well. The slight delay on the crossing media punch. That's super R1. Watch out for the throw. No, he backs away to safety, being very risk averse. Trying not to overextend against Kichipamu. You see him creeping though. You see Kichipamu creeping. The drive rush does get stuffed out immediately. Overdrive uppercut. The answer was there. Bonchan with a very clean 2 rounds straight. Game number 1. The lead-in game, of course, is going to be worth 10 points, as well as the mid-game, just to kind of give you an FYI. Very similar point structure in regards to how things went in previous seasons of Street Fighter League Japan. So nothing too out of the ordinary. Hence why we kind of skipped over the rules a little bit, the format, etc. Again, this is only the beginning. This is only stage 1, where our 9 teams will be accumulating points throughout each and every week to determine who our top 6 teams will be going into stage number 2. But again, going back into the analysis of the matchup, I think there's just a lot of control coming in from Bonchan, a lot of comfort as well. You see Kichipamu looking a little stumped, getting some of that encouragement from his teammates, trying to get some of that strategy as well to kind of convince, or at least persuade Kichipamu that maybe, you know, he has to find a different approach in the neutral against someone like Luke. But again, I think there's a lot of nuances in the current mechanics, the current state of the game, where you can kind of go around the harassment that Luke brings to the table, more importantly, or I guess more specifically, the Sandblast, right? Going against that can be kind of troublesome, especially if you have a character like Zangief, walk speed like that. I think parries are going to be a very, very important tool, as well as drive rush going into it. But again, let's take a look. Maybe from closer ranges, armor from the Fierce could possibly be a party starter. And I love that. As ambiguous as that jump it is, the parry is going to be the big tool against some of those ambiguous jump-ins that Bonchan has been implementing. But again, this is the comfort zone that Bonchan wants to play at. Looking for the sweeps, but no whiff punish from the side of Kichipamu. This is going to be so difficult for Kichipamu to try to close the gap in on. I'm loving the flex too. Some of the parries, but taking a little bit of extra damage for some of these sandblasters to be a little bit detrimental. But again, Kichipamu just needs one singular, singular SPD. And I do mean that. Oh boy. Just jumping out to safety. Bonchan is up trying to hear any of it, and he tries to catch the jump preemptively. A little bit of an overextension. We do get the shoulder tackle as well for Oki, but more so the corner carry, right? I think Bonchan, again, once he lands some of those hits, he wants to be as close as possible for at least the initial part. Oh my god, look at the damage. The great equalizer. And close to burnout as well. Damn! Take a look at that one. That's going to be death on a platter for sure. One finger in the air if you just don't care. Ugh, the damage off of that level 2. Again, Kichipamu, so explosive. I'm loving this.
Let's see what happens here. Kichipa trying to answer back, crouching unit kick off the backboard. Stand Fierce, charge, knuckle combo. Yeah, gets that full corner conversion. The air-to-air right there with the jump Fierce. Another one, the trade. This is good here for Bonchan. Has a pop in the corner. Guantanamo Bay, you don't get the play unless drive, rush, command, grab, connect. A lot of damage. That Stand Fierce, y'all, we're talking about a little bit earlier. Stand Fierce to cut through the fireballs. Crouch, kind of crouch, medium kick. Trying to get close up for an SBD. Trying to walk him down. God, crouch medium kick, so dangerous. Drive rush right after, these chargeable combos. And of course, the level 3. Diddle plan with all the fist hand on that face. Big lead right here. And Bonchan can back up, use that real estate, and work with it with the fireballs. Great range with a stand medium punch. Have to overextend to get the win. Drive rushes in with a lot of bar. Careful now, the burnout's there. Doesn't really matter too much, but the SBD lands could be dangerous. Not looking for chip out sequences from the likes of Geef. But could be defeated if he gets in. SBD gets the win. And Monkey Match staying solid right now, aka Kichipa. Just takes a little bit of data. A little bit of data to get going and flowing. Just a little bit of data. Understanding, and that's how the grappler life is. You just have to read the intentions of the player. Move on to the final match between the two. Sandblast OD do something different with the nice parry here, trying to keep as much drive gauge as possible. Tries to drive in, but get that escape option. Not sure there's much that Zangief can do on the recovery. Now Geef's up in the corner, whips the SBD too far out the distance when you're grabbing your demons. Bonchan backing off. After overextend, gets a buffer on the crouching medium punch. Definitely after that crouch fierce, but still in fantastic position right here. Look at that drive rush. Not a lot of range on it. Thank God. Whips the SBD again, but no punish. No stand fierce to the flash knuckle. The monkey's trying to make some magic here. It's not happening. Stand fierce, but nope. You got to find the finish, bro. Don't let him get close. Anti-air level 1 gets it done. God, I miss saying that. But Bonchan don't miss. MVP Gaming about to get 10 points if they take down Kichipa. All right, difficult from the get-go. This is one of the matchups that I saw Brutus talk about that Geef had trouble with, that he feels uncomfortable. Impact backs him up. No reaction here from Kichipa. Interrupts. The drive rush continuously. We've seen these drive rush interruptions. Perfect parry. We'll just get a throw. Heavily scaled, but you just want that positioning. Hop up. Hell's Lance. How will Kichipa keep in the corner? No, we react. Triple combo. Yes, sir. So get the chaser. Follow up. Rushes in with the crouching medium punch. With the Kichipa trying to catch these walkbacks with a crouching medium kick. If it's punish counter, I believe you get an SPD right after it. I saw some saucy stuff from some Geef players. Level 2 on both sides. Almost level 3 here for Kichipa that can swing it right round in his favor if he gets at level 3. You see the damage can be dumped out. Say a medium kick. That's a super committal here from Bonchan, but he's getting walked to the corner. Light kick. Buffer. Can he find the finish right here? Level 1. All right, in burnout, but not out of options. Fireballs, anti-airs are planning for this character. Impact. It's the impact. It's a splat. Tries to drive rush in. Bonchan's out of there. He aware. Found the exit sign. Using that light knuckle to exit. Aerial. Gets a jump medium kick, and that's it. That's going to be Bonchan taking the W. The reads were not enough. Bonchan takes up first match. Street Fighter League Japan.
この第1試合。
いや開幕戦でやっぱり画面がインパクト返したってこれはねチームメイト超嬉しいと思います。
あれは
Going into the next one again, man. There's a lot of consideration and deliberation, I will say. No bars intended for both of these players, right? Just looking right into it. It's so, I feel like it's so difficult to kind of fully grasp the matchup, even if you have such a strong character like Luke, right? Just one false swipe, you could get scooped up, and that could easily be the end of the round. But there's a lot of consideration too coming in from the newly reformed team Hiroshima Ikusa, right? Having Kichipamu back into the fray could be such an ideal thing with this character Zangief. But overall, man, just watching Kichipamu play yet again back into like the reign of Zangief, it's so satisfying. It truly is, and it's not even going to be the end of it, right? I know we still have plenty of other players to kind of back him up, right? Storm Kubo with E Honda, man. Boy, do I have a lot to talk to y'all about in regards to E Honda. There's a lot, okay? I can see Seikola smiling over there all the way from where he's at, and for very good reason, right? But taking a look at the stats, pretty much the same as it usually is in regards to what these actually mean. We talk about the scores, right? The best of 3, Bonchan scoring out to 2. I assume the anti-airs 3 out of 3, perhaps. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes on that, but I do have the notes for it, so we will get that fully squared away. But we do have like the percentages for throw techs, as well as invincible reversals used throughout the matches. These kind of stats can really play into the big storyline as to what can make or break success or fail some of these matches for some of these players, right? But going into it, I do kind of want to ask St. Cola in regards to that matchup for both Luke and Zangief. Did it kind of play out in the way that you might have anticipated as well?
100%. I think that, you know, we have a character that that is Geef that can't deal with fireballs very well up in this game. We have Luke that has fantastic buttons that can keep him out. Even with that stand fierce that you were talking about, it didn't seem to come to fruition too often. Maybe the fireballs are too fast. Maybe the calls weren't there. I mean, Luke already has Bless Normal, so utilize he has to have to rely upon fireballs too as well. So I feel like I've seen Brutus talk about this matchup and other Geef players lament about this matchup. So definitely went down the way I expected. Kichipamu definitely had some great moments, but was able to capitalize, relied upon too much on the SPDs, try to get the calls going. And even though there weren't fantastic punches every single time against with SPDs, it just was too much, too often in terms of whiffs. And that's just, it's just Luke just being too well-rounded, too strong of a character. We're going to move on to the next match, E Honda. Talk to me about E Honda. You had some things to say, huh?
I
think we actually have the E Honda on the deck versus the Kin. I saw Ultra David talking about this character, talking about this, how strong E Honda is, and how powerful that character is. He does think that E Honda loses to a few matchups. Chun-Li, Kin, and Gao are one of the ones that he had named, and I kind of agree. I think the fireball pressure that Kin could put on with the drive rush right after is fantastic. I think his normals and neutral are really good inside of Kin. And I think that Honda can definitely put on some pressure, but it's not the same that Kin can do. And Kin can put him in the corner where Honda's defense lacks. He can't backdash, throw loops and things like that. So it's going to be kind of difficult for Honda if he's on defense, which I think will be quite often considering Kin can take you to the corner with the quickness. So Storm Kubo, I've definitely seen some nasty tech from him. I know that Vicious definitely has some words to say about this character. Hopefully I can emulate some of this, what he wants to say. But I definitely saw some side switch tech off his sweep for this character that I don't believe takes any bar, which if you can side switch sweep or side switch just in general without any meter, you've got a good character.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Senkola. I think I got Doskoid into the Twilight Zone. But I think we're back. Can you hear me?
All right.
Yes, you can.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, we got the connection, right? This is kind of exciting, right? This is gonna be something that's gonna be so important with Hiroshima Team Ikusa. I didn't get to hear primarily the main points you had with E Honda, but I can imagine it has something to do with headbutts and butt slams.
That's about it. That's about it. There's more. Okay. I know you had more you want to talk about that character. Talk to me.
So there's a lot, right? Just from a very basic understanding, I think the both headbutt and butt slam can be very, very intimidating at first, but considering the amount of time all of these players have put in on defense, I think it's going to be very, very much so manageable for a lot of these characters up until the point of pressure. What I mean by the point of pressure is the moments where Honda is going to be within like medium punch range, because medium punch is going to be the great spacing tool, or at least the great measurement tool that Honda players can implement to really, really apply some of this intimidating pressure. On top of that, I think Honda also has some amazing whiff punish tools, albeit a little bit slow, but if something is predictable enough, I think in the hands of Storm Kubo, it can lead to massive amounts of damage, one, and corner carry, two. So we'll kind of see what Tokido has in mind to kind of prevent some of those situations from even happening. But I also am very excited to see what Storm Kubo has to kind of intimidate Tokido.
One thing I did talk about was the fact that this is one of those matchups that Honda might feel a little bit uncomfortable just when the corner pressure starts. Once Ken puts you in the corner, and it will happen because this character is tailor-made to do so dang near every single interaction, it's going to be hard for Honda to leave. He can't really backdash the throw loops like other characters can, so that's a defensive tactic off the table. And maybe he can wake up OD headbutt. He's got level 1-2 as well, but these are things that can be called out. So I think that you're right in terms of like the wall pressure, but man, Ken is just a huge threat. And Tokido, off of, you know, Red Bull Kumite, has probably been emboldened, right? I feel like, you know, you don't make the results that you want to have over at like an invitational. You immediately go back to the lab and say, I gotta do better. And having that that fire underneath you, especially for League, is going to be real difficult for even the likes of Storm Kubo to deal with. But again, Storm Kubo, we've seen him drop a lot of tech on his YouTube, on his Twitter. I was talking about the side switch combo that he has with the sweep that is meterless, which is super ridiculous. Like that came out like last week, and I'm like, why does he have that? Why does Honda have that? Today, in the hands of someone like Storm Kubo, it's going to be dangerous no matter what the matchup may be on paper.
So I did have a burning question, no pun intended, towards Tokido's Ken. I felt like there was a lot of gameplay that I kind of didn't recognize him for. Like it was weird. Like it was something that was so unfamiliar in regards to performance from Tokido. I feel like there's something missing, right? It just felt like an unfamiliar Tokido when I watched the way he performed over at Red Bull Kumite. I'm not quite sure as to why he decided to switch off from Luke to Ken, and it just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like we didn't get to fully see the fruits of his labor of what he wanted to do with his character. There was a lot of errors, but hopefully he might have, you know, we would love to see him kind of like shape it up now. But again, here we go. It's going to be match number 1 between these two, Storm Kubo versus Tokido.
Firewall pressure starting off strong. You're so afraid the drive rush right after. But look at that. Defensive jab, gets the counter, hit headbutt right after. And now Storm Kubo, that offense you were talking about.
Oh, man. I love the fact that the jump back fierce slams him down the way that it does.
DP, OD headbutt. And this is the problem. You have this wall of buttons that you have to approach. When they have the lead, they can go back that turtle style that they're so well known for, this character, plus jab, but no conversion. Was able to find the finish, maybe didn't have the charge. Maybe didn't go for hands right after.
Perhaps you might have thought it was too far, but I don't think it really is. Oh my goodness. So that was a really tough spot for Tokido as well, considering he was in burnout. But man, you could see like the grimace. I'm not talking about the big purple dude. You could see the grimace on Storm Kubo's face as he like drives through, man. Look at the damage and the carry. Sumo step into the palms, praise the sun, blessed be.
Heavyweight hands for the man, trying to get the headbutt to land. Side switch here. It's unfortunate. Crosscut DP. Tokido's looking a lot more in form. OD headbutt puts him right back in the corner. But we've seen Tokido deal with that stand medium push previously, but it's the stand fierce now implemented.
It's going to be so intimidating. He's landing on the fireball off of the neutral jump. No stop sign and a full conversion from 3/4 of the screen using the drive rush as well, stopping Storm Kubo from jumping over the fireball immediately afterwards as well. I love the control coming in from the fireball play from Tokido. We do get the back roll, the back throw, excuse me.
Level 3's online. If you can get that hit, might be close to it. Oh no, here we go. Stands hands. Oh, you're deader than that. CA in play, headbutt. Let me see it.
Yeah, that critical art is going to be dealing a gang of damage. You don't need to turn on the commentary to ask if it's going to kill, because that's guaranteed, sir. That is a critical art, full-on headbutt from Storm Kubo, getting the first game against Tokido's Ken.
Fantastic defense, just like the air-to-airs. I like those approaches. And even though Tokido was like, okay, cool, if you jump in the skies, I got the fireball, drive rush, DP right after it. He stayed grounded, he stayed solid, and the bust outs are really good too as well. Some of the OD headbutts definitely got caught, but enough to keep Tokido off of his game. Tokido, taking a second to think about it, are we going to see an evolved Tokido? I agree with you that we didn't get to see the Tokido we wanted at Rebel Kumite, and I'm not still seeing it right now.
Man, it's so wild, man, because we watched a lot of his streams. I've watched a lot of Tokido streams in the very beginning, and he was doing so well with Luke. And when the transition over to Ken happened, I don't know. It was just a different story. It's just not the strong gameplay that we're sort of expecting as of late. But to be fair, to kind of switch the script and to kind of be fully transparent, I think Storm Kubo's understanding of the situations have been nothing but top notch. Other than like the fireball play and the strategies against fireball, everything else in every department for Storm Kubo has been played to a T phenomenally.
Yeah, counter pokes have been fantastic. The air-to-airs, the calls to the bar usage too as well has been great. Storm Kubo sitting on game point. And heavy kick, okay, there we go. Full corner conversion right here. Even more.
Man, but it puts himself in the corner though. That's the worst part. And now he puts himself in burnout so early, and now it's going to be mostly Storm Kubo just kind of commanding that presence in neutral. And I love the jump back medium, get him off me. Man, he is schmooving this guy Tokido.
And then burnout, definitely dangerous. Gonna get that bar back finally. Odie, as soon as he got the bar, spent that cash. As soon as it was in his pocket. The tech throw does not connect. Tokido caught up in the corner, has to find a way out, but you know, this character can definitely do so if he gets like the level 1 to get the side switch, or he'll just get the jump over the head fight.
Gosh. Back throw, close to the burnout. Yes, sir. DI to die. It's not gonna fly. It's gonna be side switch. Yes, sir. Just in case, you know, we take those. I think obviously trying to ensure the game, spending the super art, more than enough damage. You know, if we saw the Dragon Lash super art level 1, I think it would have been just enough as well. But totally get the insurance. He wants to make sure to get that round against a scary Honda like Storm Kubo. No answers for the butt slam. Now Ken, again, he definitely can anti-air those effectively with crouching heavy punch or even delayed Shoryu.
Yeah. This character's tailor-made to deal with these approaches. Don't have to go for like simple things like parry that don't work out, but he will go for the parry. Will he get a side switch? Dragon Lash, there we go. Okay. Put him in the corner. Drive rush, medium, Jinrai, DP. All right, this is where he can really work here.
That was a counter hit as well, off of the Jinrai light ender. Oh no, the damage off of this one. So this is kind of an interesting spot to be in, right? I think with the very early level 3, the damage is there, but I feel like it's not significant enough to even like really intimidate Tokido, right? The drive gauge damage was like slight, it was just like a bar, right? Bar and some change, bar and a half, I should say.
Gets it right back to him. And it might happen right now. And that bar won't be back for a while in round 3. If it even happens, he's caught up in the corner. The overhead lands, and Tokido back in form and back in business. That corner pressure a lot better. Actually, I should say the corner pressure even happening in the first place. We didn't really see him taking to the corner on his own. It was a mistake from the side of Storm Kubo. But this time, it was Tokido taking to the corner with Dragon Lash, with the enhanced Tatsu. A lot better form here from Tokido.
Just so you know, again, every single match that happens in between, they obviously consult their teammates, as it usually goes. We do take our time and go back to the lobby to kind of reintroduce themselves to the matchup, but I gotta say, I think there's a lot of information being gathered here. I think more so now in game 2 for HIROSHIMA Team Igusa in the side of Storm Kubo, right? I think there's something that's a little bit missing in regards to defense. I think his offense was phenomenal, but his defense against Jinrai kicks looking a little shaky, right? There is an actual way to kind of stuff all of the enders in a safe way to kind of option select it, right? If Tokido ends up going for Jinrai kicks into like the light ender, what you can do, and I tried this out in training mode, what you can do is kind of time a jab as like a little bit after you're blocking, or like as you're blocking it, so that any of the other follow-ups which come out at a later time can get stuffed for a punish counter, right? Unless you have a 7-frame or lower reversal as well. If you use OD, you can punish counter that as well in between. So as it stands right now, I want to see more of the Jinrai kicks being implemented. But man, the big interruption after the initial jab. Storm Kubo not afraid to press buttons and not afraid to slam him in the corner. Big damage incoming. Sumo step. 100 hand, slam him down, headbutt afterwards. Watch out for the Ochio. I knew it, Seikola. I knew it. I am a Honda player at heart. I knew that Ochio throw was coming.
And that was able to find the finish right there. This is Storm Kubo on set point. And I feel like Tokyo's making some bad decisions, burning out so quickly in this round. The side switch, he's getting these impacts. Some of this is kind of being handed to Storm Kubo. He's taking advantage of it, which you should. Drive rush cancel right there in the medium. Nice parry. Gonna walk him down, keep him much far as possible. Headbutt whiffs, but he's back out with the butt slam. Medium lands, gets a follow-up, hands off the stance. How do you like being up in the corner now?
I will totally take that for the amount of damage, but more so the security of being away from the corner is so important. But man, these jump-ins have been absolutely stuffed by Storm Kubo, whether it be by a headbutt or the standing heavy punch.
He's back to for the range for the headbutt and then for the stand fierce. He gets a little bit closer. Or the air dairs right there. These call-outs. He's watching the feet. As soon as they leave the ground, he puts them down. And he walks Akito to the west side of the screen. Medium kick did not commit. I think the other portions would have actually hit right there. Storm Kubo with that level 3. Dragon Lash side switch. Yes, sir. Of course.
It's kind of tough. Yeah, Tokido opting not to spend any drive gauge. He's allowing the drive gauge to replenish first before he gets his offense going. And man, yo, here comes the up step. Is he going to spend Dragon Lash Super? He is. More than enough. The final hit. Yes, sir. He calculated it. No more mishaps from Tokido. This time looking a lot cleaner. But here it is. Final game, final round between these two competitors. I love the offensive start from Tokido. The immediate tech coming in from Storm Kubo as well. But man, he is flying!
Letting them have butts rip. -4, so why not? Tokido needs to show an answer. Stand fierce, or jump fierce, I should say, against a fireball play. Oh, a level 3 immediately. Huge lead. I mean, Tokido isn't the type to get, dissuaded by things like this. But this is a fantastic lead, and this will set up shop to not have to overexceed. Go that turtle style if need be. Command more this match. ODDP lands against a drive rush. Almost hit burnout. Tokido has to be careful. He's caught in the corner.
Snap.
Could be an impact at any point.
Plus, yes sir, the reversal afterwards, stealing the turns, by the way, using that invincibility on startup. Very well suited for Tokido to get himself out of the corner that way, but again, no response to the butt slam. The headbutt, a little bit more of a difficult thing to kind of react to from that close.
Back throw puts him in the corner. Make the magic happen. Almost a so not a lot of bar to utilize right here. Drive reverse, back him up a bit. Heavenly Hands gets a stock up and almost getting level 1. Storm Kubo in the lead. He's like, you got to come to me to get the W.
Oh, that
these
fireballs so totally punished. It's so difficult too. Again, for Storm Kubo, he sees the finish line. No, sir, you could have reacted with the DI immediately afterwards. Storm Kubo, he missed the butt slam, that jump heavy kick. Oh, that's it. That's more than enough damage. Yes, sir. Nice and easy too. You still get it no matter what, even if it didn't kill it. You could see Storm Kubo putting his hands to his head and an ecstatic Tokido full of life. With the animation too. God, that was actually kind of rough to see.
Yes. This is the Tokido I wanted to see. The change in pace, the commitment to get the side switch. Maybe not the burnout situations, but recognizing, hey, that's not the way to play. Let me back up and use my bar the right way and taking the most advantage of these corner situations with the Jinrai kicks and things like that. Calling out the headbutts with the neutral jumps and the jump backs. That is the Tokido I wanted to see previously. It's maybe not full form, but the evolution of Tokido throughout this game that I hope we get to see continuously throughout League. You see that through his reaction, honestly, to winning. I think that's like, okay, I'm back. Yeah, I needed that. Okay, Tokido taking down Storm Kubo, getting some points on the board for his team.
Man, I can break that down for you and tell you exactly where Storm Kubo's heart broke in half, and it was the moment where his butt slam got drive impact, and he opted to block it instead. Now, if there's space to block, there's also space to press buttons, man. That's just how it goes.
かなりやはり
Don't take that to heart. I don't want to be the one to blame for you losing your diamond rank. But as it stands right now, taking a look at the stats, I will be sure to have the full translation for you. But as it stands, again, Tokido taking down 2 games. I will say perhaps maybe the anti-air is 5 out of 7. In regards to throws, I want to say like successful throws 7 out of 7. Perhaps I might be guessing wrong. Invincible reversals 0-2, and then of course down below, you know, who knows? I will let you know eventually. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah. We'll figure out, but I do want to say one thing in terms of like having reversals. We saw that Tokido was able to challenge all the drive rushes with ODDP, and just in general, I like the idea of these top-level players challenging drive rushes, I should say, in the neutral, having the idea of like where the distance is going to be at, seeing the green stuff on the screen, and reacting in kind. Tokido again, getting back and forth, maybe not all the way there, but getting there, and that's what we wanted to see. Now we move on to our final match, our anchor match. We're going to see who's going to come up. It looks like it's going to be spoilers, Aqua versus Sako. So it's going to be JP versus Chun-Li. It's going to be a difficult one for Aqua because Aqua playing JP, strong character, right? But Sako's had a lot of practice with JP. He used to play JP before he switched to Chun-Li, and I've seen him play Sonic Fox in so many sets. Like, I feel like half the sets I see with Sako online are like versus Sonic Fox.
Yeah, plenty of practice with a lot of the Western audience as well. Some of the big players have really been involved with international sparring sessions, right? One of the biggest things I do want to see about this matchup is how well can Chun-Li perform against the Phantoms, right? I think there's a lot to be said in regards to what Chun-Li can normally do against a traditional fireball with Hazanshu. But I think one of the biggest threats, and this is going to be very, very basic, I think one of the biggest threats in this matchup alone is Chun-Li's walk speed against JP. Being able to close the gap like that in the way that she can, and also be within range to give the handshake, primarily the medium punches, right? Forward or backward medium punches, a cancelable normal, and also a very deadly one, can possibly be the big outlier, or at least not outlier, but I guess the big determining factor as to whether or not Sako could find success against JP's zone.
I agree. I think the characters that give JP the most trouble are the ones that are the quickest. Like the pixie type characters, Cammy, Shuri, Kimberly, ones with quick walk speed. Some of those other characters have other ways to play in the aerial department, but maybe that's not necessary if you have great footsies in this character. Chun-Li definitely has great footsies, and what she gets off like punish, counter, stand fierce is wild. I've seen Pax herald this character so continuously on Twitter saying, she's good. I'm telling you people, she's good. And I've seen what Sako can do. The execution god himself, he has been like that in 4. He'll be like that in 5. And what she gets off stance cancels, which you have to have, is ridiculous. The damage output and the bar buildup is going to be insane. Will that be able to be traversed though if, you know, if you're Aqua and you have to have like feints and things like that to keep Sako off guard, right? And that's one of the things that JP that has to have, like, you maybe get through the ghost, but if you throw out a feint, make Sako whiff something, you might be able to find a punish. We'll have to see if that comes into play. I've watched Aqua quite a bit with his Cammy and his JP. The mixes are great. I want to see how his neutral is against the likes of Chun-Li. I can't imagine JP's neutral will be that much better than Chun-Li's, but it's definitely no slouch. We saw the Uzura, aka Kakuru, over at Red Bull Kumite showcase that the character's neutral is absolutely fine. Mid-range is okay for this character.
Yeah, we've seen Kakuru kind of like disprove a lot of the naysayers in regards to like what JP cannot do in neutral. I think JP does just a phenomenal job. His Kane is going to be do all the talking while his Phantoms do the walking. That's just how it goes, man. And you know, I think the commentators themselves, Hamiko and Nanai, were actually mentioning that exact player, right? Kakuru, to kind of disprove some of the quote-unquote bad matchups. Again, it's still way too early to really determine what is truly a bad matchup, in my opinion. But I think Kakuru is one of the prime examples that have disproved that even fast walking speeds won't necessarily spell all of the success in regards to this matchup specifically. So I'm kind of curious as to what this matchup is going to be like in the hands of these two gentlemen, right? Aqua versus Sakonoko, both legends in their own right. If you guys don't know, well, let us be the ones to educate you. Again, Aqua has been in the scene for so long, can play pretty much every single fighting game under the sun, but primarily focuses on Street Fighter, and has done a great job of kind of like rebroadcasting on the side some of the past seasons of Street Fighter League Japan in full detail, too, with a full spreadsheet and everything every single week. But now he's on here, so does he delegate all of his work to somebody else? Like, who's the Aqua intern? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. We give that to somebody like Aquafina, I don't know. Fina, I'm not sure. Either way, I do think that Aqua, you know, like he's a grinder. We've seen him, as you mentioned, you know, detail all these these matches. So I'm sure he's got some knowledge of how Saka wants to play. Even though it was like in 5, I'm sure he's done that study studiousness will carry over to 6 to prepare for when he's actually playing these matches too as well. And Aqua himself has committed full time to esports. Like, remember he quit his job, I believe it was last year, to go full time for esports, to really commit to competitive side. And what a reward to be out here at Street Fighter League of all things. And I think it's definitely well given. Like, he definitely deserves it. We've seen him do a lot of work at other tournaments, whether it's CPT or other offline tournaments as well, or online tournaments in Japan. Definitely showcasing that he's already strong in 5. I would not expect anything less than 6. But this is Sako. This is a legend in himself. Execution God. Evil Ryu, we saw him in 4. In 5, we saw him with Manat singling that character and showcasing that she was still strong. And if he's singling with Chun-Li, he's going to be real deadly. And it's a character that people have slept on too often. I think this character has maybe not had the base to practice against. So I'm wondering if Aqua has found some sort of practice with other, maybe like Senatoru, or maybe other Chun-Li players. I hope he's got some sort of practice to get ready for Chun-Li.
No doubt, yeah. I actually dabbled with a lot of the players on CFN to kind of see who they've been playing against. Now, I don't necessarily know how to read some of the characters, but I think you might be right. I think he also has been streaming a lot lately. Aqua, actually both Aqua and Sakunoku preparing for this particular matchup. But enough talk, here we go. It's going to be the game. It's going to be match 1 between Sakunoku and Aqua.
Gaming already lead with 20 points. Aqua needs to get some points on the board to put this to the best of 1, first of 1. Sudden death. There's a 3 right now, though. Drive rush. Ooh, try to get the shimmy with the standing meeting kick too far out. Might have to go for crouching meeting kick, even though it might lead into less.
Oh, super important. Again, try not to lose out in the drive gauge battle. Also, just kind of parrying some of the phantoms that come out. But now, speaking of which, already in burnout, you see as soon as the burnout happened, Aqua put his foot to the pedal. He was schmoving. And I love the interruption. Oh my God, the airborne Hazanchu gets absolutely decimated, and just in time for the departure spikes to pick up on the juggle. That was so smooth from Aqua. What a round.
One-way flight, one-way ticket out of here. I like that, but also like this pressure right here for Saka. Puts him in the corner. Safe jump, back throw. Yeah, has to use drive rush to enact like strike throw pressure, unlike other characters. Burn Honda, unfortunate super, what a reaction. Get that stand, fierce into, I almost said clone, but Ghost for free. Overhead lands, to the corner we go.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, no, you can't do that. I was gonna say, I think a little bit earlier, perhaps. I have seen that juggle practice from Sakunoku. Either way, he salvages the moment. But I thought he was gonna like let the character drop to do possibly instant overhead. But you know, parry can kind of alleviate that. So either way, still a great combo regardless.
I'm not trying to get open up with that crouching medium kick. Aqua with a lot of bars at the bottom. Look at the command grab sneaking in, but the jump back. Good reaction. It's 26 frames, but this hits a level 3. Care to see how this story ends?
Man, did you see the counter hit conversion off of the low medium kick? This guy is actually kind of nuts. He's so sick.
So ready with it. You have to with this character to find these follow-ups.
Oh. That's going to be so huge. We're going to follow up in the corner as well. Bop. Damn. Sakunoku up to now. Shout outs to Yipes on that one. I had to channel my inner Yipes energy to call out how optimal that was. Sakunoku absolutely bonkers on that.
Talked about him being the execution god, and to get the most out of Chun-Li, you have to be able to have these stance cancel combos and things like that. The bar, the Hazanchu you pointed out too as well, has been kind of making it difficult to throw out some of these ghostly operations. Falls the fireball, gets a pickup. Sako has him in the corner again. Haven't seen OD, and there it is. I was gonna say OD amnesia gets called out.
Forgot that he's susceptible afterwards. That's what the amnesia is all about. But here we go. Yeah, back him up just a little bit. That departure. Not intimidating, but what a stop on the Hazanchu again. Drive impact. No, sir. As long as he throws out something that's cancelable. You should be able to kill here. Extension of the combo. Sakonoko, I'm gonna need to clip that because that is a lot of damage, and that also looked pretty damn optimal. This guy is truly the strongest spear, just shoving it right now, just right around JP's face. He's like, you know what? I got you, bro. You want to try to DI me? I got you, man. Don't worry about it. Hoyoku said,
that would have hit. I swear to God. Unfortunately, Aqua able to block in time and stay fine. Jumping Sakura right back in business. One thing that people point out for this character is that he lacks damage, but I'm seeing a lot of damage from this character. Drive rush conversion. Spinning her legs up in the corner, meaty fireball.
No shot this character lacks damage. I have not seen that,
I don't believe
and I never will. There's level 3. So this is a very interesting point to put it, right? I think this is the primary objective for Aqua to kind of get the life lead, but also bring back some of his drive gauge, while at the same time Sakonoko now he's slowly bleeding out, but he's trying to get that drive gauge recovery, but no sir. The spikes! God, you gotta check, man. This is the back streets of Metro City, man. They got spike traps everywhere. You see that car? You know why it's run down? It's because of those spikes, baby. Flat tires everywhere.
Trying to get a tetanus shot. Careful now. Impact, Splat. One heavy kick follow up. The stomp once again. What's on defense here? Just gets hit. This is unfortunate. Meaty fireball once again. Yo, Sako keeping it nice and nasty and meaty. Meaty fireball.
And those meaty fireballs are going to be what's preventing the OD amnesia from even coming out, because they are susceptible to those fireballs and can lead to fat damage too, with the spacing or at the timing that Sakonoko's letting them rip, right? So this is going to be huge. If Sakonoko makes the right call, he could just let the level 3 rip and it'll be all Gucci for him. But Aqua, he's trying to make it as close as possible. We do get the spikes at departure to set him up as well to gain some space.
All right, this is what I want to see here from Aqua. Send out those departures, lock down the neutral, and do things after. I think the departure actually is one of the best moves here for this character to set up shop. Otherwise, just spikes and to drive rush right after the super. Oh my God, he done shown you. How many times do I have to give you this lesson, old man? All the hits don't land, but here's a throw though.
Ooh. That was actually so close, right? There was a moment where he tried to get the delayed jump medium punch for the slight juggle. What he wanted to do was get lightning legs after that to pop up enough to continue on with the level 1 super. So the intention was there, absolutely, but luckily for Sakonoko, he was still able to clean it up. That is 2 games straight for Sakonoko.
I don't get to see this matchup too often, besides when Sako and Sonic play it. But this looks kind of difficult. Have those meaty fireballs, as you pointed out, defeating even the idea of OD amnesia. Like once that comes through continuously as a meaty signal, it's like, well, dang, I can't even use that as a defensive option. Otherwise, it's him getting pieced up after drive rush throw comes through, or if he's close up for a meaty situation. Either way, strike throw happens no matter what. Sako has been just ruling the corner continuously, and then again, the damage. I've heard talk of damage not being there for Chun-Li. Y'all are liars. Y'all lied to me. There wasn't Chun-Li players. I've seen packs talk about how damage is there, but other people say, yeah, she doesn't dump out damage. Well, maybe you guys and gals are not optimal like Sako. This is Sako on game point with the quickness.
This is why I love catering my Twitter news feed to Japanese players and other people that I've really been attuned with in the pro scene, because I genuinely have not heard any of that. I have not heard anything about Chun-Li's damage discrepancies whatsoever. I think overall she's always been kind of like a complete package, other than the input of down kicks for Tencho kicks. I think that's one thing that's kind of a little bit troublesome, but also the inconsistencies of the hitboxes and connecting with anti-airs. I think that's the other big issue that a lot of players are kind of talking about on Twitter. But the damage output, no shot, man. This character can dump it out if he needs to.
The matchup knowledge, get these stand fierce cancels, continuously checking and challenging Aqua. OD gets the pickup, starts up the departure, doesn't get the punch against Azachu, and there's the spot. If Sako ever so aggressive, sets up OD amnesia, parry and the throw. Oh my God, Sako definitely left out that situation, not getting caught.
Oh. Yes, and I love, the parry, exactly, right? Being able to parry the super, more than enough damage. We talked about it earlier, that damage. Sako wasn't even done with the combo, but talk about that super art. Again, it's so optimal to parry it up close, because not only will you be within range, you're not going to have as much pushback because you're parrying, but you're building drive gears for yourself. leads right now against Sakunoko into the level 2 Hyokusen, the big juggle. Parrying this. You can't do that on the stomps.
Sako avoided that. Oh, that backdoor situation could have been bad, but Sako listening. OD legs. I gotta see something here from Aqua.
The punish.
The chances are drying up.
Oh, he's chilling. Yep, Hyokusen incoming. Yes, sir. It's exactly like it is in Third Strike. You do get that projectile invulnerability. That's Sakunoko 3 games straight. A 40 ball already for FAV Gaming. Everybody pulling in the weight.
FAV Gaming taking the victory dominantly. We talked about this. How you have to have as many points as possible in the first stage. You do not want to go in with 0, especially off the bat. There's not as many days to play off right now. FAV Gaming with a fantastically strong start. HIROSHIMA TEAM Itsuka unfortunately leaving with 0 in their pocket, but man, Sako just looked so well mapped out in that match. Knew what to do against the OD Amnesia, kept it meaty with the back heavy punch, blocked it out with the parry, and then got the throw. Just looked so dominant in that match. We didn't even see level 2 at all come through for the mix here from Aqua, which he has some great mix-ups. We've seen some sick stuff from his tech on his Twitter, from his YouTube, and also his Twitch. None of that came to fruition. Like, none of those setups actually happened. Even Departure just in general is such a big setup thing for JP. None of that matters. Sako with drive rush immediately into overhead or low mix-ups off the stance cancel. He's just too dominant. And Sako with a 3-0 over Aqua. Man, that practice paid off.
So impressive. So impressive, right? It's one thing to be a master of the character and kind of understand the inner workings of JP, but it's another to fully understand how he operates in certain matchups, right? Being able to throw the phantoms or even kind of like throw somebody off with a fake out, that still can be susceptible towards the Hyokusen because there's recovery on it. So again, just fully understanding what he can and cannot do in the matchup is going to be so important. I think Sakunoko just had an entire chapter of notes ahead of Aqua over him. And as we get our words coming up for our post-game interview, our winners interview, really, I love how it pans over to Ryusei. I bet he is absolutely ecstatic being part of the fray again, right?
Yeah. Didn't get to see him at CPT or even Street Fighter League last year. When I heard he had, maybe it was like, I think it was a migraine or he was just sick, had to take a big break, but it's good to see him back in business. Hopefully we'll see that JP come through real soon, but the team held it down. FAV Gaming just super dominant all the way through. We saw Bonchan's Luke, and again, having that practice of Kumite, I'm sure definitely helped out. And focusing on Tokido, I can't wait to see what Tokido's saying here, because I'm sure maybe it'll be like, hey, I got emboldened after playing Red Bull Kumite. I saw what I was lacking. I'm sure that's part of it, but we'll get that translation real soon here. We get to hear some from Papa Bonchan himself too as well.
Yeah. And even if we don't, we'll still be able to kind of give you like the laydown eventually afterwards of what's being said between like the players and the commentary. But for the most part, if there's anything that's kind of similar to previous iterations of Street Fighter League Japan, most of the time the questions would kind of like revolve around kind of like your thoughts of the matchup before and after, and then it would just be like kind of character specifics or at least matchup specifics. And for the most part, you can just kind of see the confidence oozing out from like all the players thus far. I think the more animated Bonchan is, the more deadly the team is, right? A confident Bonchan is an absolutely deadly one.
It's a dangerous Bonchan right there. It's a dangerous team overall. I mean, you have Luke, Ken, Chun-Li, or 3 strong characters. You look at HIROSHIMA TEAM Itsuka's team, you're running into some problems with Geef, obviously. Honda, he's great, but he has some bad matchups and issues on defense. And then JP, of course, he's strong, but he has some counter picks too as well. Ryusei said though the team was in shape. All the players were playing perfectly, and we saw that as the matches went on. Especially Tokido, as he got better and more in shape as that match went on in the final game. We saw him finally get back into what Ken needs to do in that corner play, and I hope to see his Luke too as well. I hope that he brings both characters to the table and finds out how to fully pull out all the potential out of both characters. This is Tokido, so he's a genius gamer, so I have high expectations for him no matter what.
ところに繋がった相手の防御してたんですよね。あんまり崩せなかったっていうのをちょっとそこでプレッシャーかけて投げ抜けを引き出したりとかっていうのを途中でねチームメイトにも皆さんにも言ってもらったんで、そういうところに気づけてしっかりと実戦に移せたのが勝利に繋がったのかなと思います。
That answer I would really love to hear about, because he definitely went into specifics between the strike and strike throw and like drive rush mechanics against the Honda matchup specifically. I'd imagine. Hopefully we can get that, but as it stands right now, I really want to know exactly what it is about Tokido in regards to his performance lately.
本来たらもうちょっとパリ、ジャスパリ狙いたかったんけど、ちょっとミスっちゃって。
十分でしょ。
いろいろね、他にも対策あってんけど。
It looks like Tokido said it was a hard game, especially in the final round, but he couldn't crack the opponent's defense. That's what he's alluding to. Yeah, we get the W though. It did seem like he was cracking the defense quite a bit. That's how we got the victory. It felt like him in the corner position.
JP の球ほとんどパリ狙うって感じで。
I believe I heard perfect parry from the side of Sako. And perfect parry is one of those things that Nemo noticed.
Right. And you could hear it anytime he says just parry, right? He'll say just parry. He'll kind of reference it, obviously the perfect parry. And I kind of want to know if there was something that he kind of like had in mind in regards to like maybe his safe jump setups. One particular moment stands out to me was when his safe jump stomp got perfect parried. I think he was already prepared for that exact moment, because you saw how well versed he was after the stomp going into the float jump heavy kick afterwards. Right. To be fair, I thought after the stomp was perfect parried, for some odd reason, I was like, all right, she has to be grounded, right? No, it just bounces her right back up. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious. Sako, actually, we did get a slight translation, right? Sako says, I was very nervous, but I was used to matching up with JP, so it went well. I think those are the best words you could really ask for, because it makes sense, right? There's so many JPs running amok on ranked and also local tournaments. I think there's been a bunch of them over at like the Red Bull South Africa qualifier for Japan, right? So yeah, it just absolutely makes sense.
I wonder, he said we'll try our best in the next match as well. Can't wait to see how that operates. You know, again, that practice paying off and having knowledge of these moments allow him to stay solid and not get caught with the setups that JP would like to have. JP's going to get the most amount of damage, the maximum amount of, you know, his win condition. Was able to get these setups to land, and that just did not happen. Let's see the stats up here. Again, not too sure. I'm sure we'll get some translations real soon on what these may be. I don't know what these might be. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm not gonna try to take a guess again, but I know the OD amnesias were weighted and baited. Hope that's taken into account into the stats. It got to be, since it's reversal. And I'd like to see you know, what these stats mean. We'll get that a little bit later. But overall, again, Sako well led out with this matchup, kept things nice and meaty, having the idea to bait out the amnesia and having things nice and safe to avoid getting hit with the amnesia follow-ups that leads into so much damage. It was fantastic to keep that pressure on. And just, again, well lapped out here from Sako. I want to see him in other matchups, and proving that that character has a lot of damage.
Yeah. So as we continue on, again, this is only the first stage of what's to come here throughout the season of Street Fighter League Japan Season 6, right? So the primary objective, we got these 9 teams, man. They're going to be duking it out round-robin style. As for the first match between Hiroshima Team Ikuza and FAV Gaming, FAV net themselves a full-on sweep with 40 points, and you need as many points as possible, man, to get some of the best seeding possible. Actually, in this phase, it doesn't even matter in regards to the seeding, because they're all going to face off each other in stage 2. But it's still a strong start either way. But it's not the end of it. We still have 2 more matches coming your way. Previously stated, Saishunkan Seoul Kumamoto. They're going to be facing off against Shinobism Gaming. Followed after that, it's the returning champs, Good 8 Squad, versus the new kids on the block, but with a veteran squad. It is CYCLOPS at Gaming Osaka.
Super exciting to see the fact that y'all get even more matches every single day of Street Fighter League Japan. Super hype. And again, that we have only a month plus with this game. We're going to see the meta evolve week after week. And these players got to stay solid. Again, we have to mention that you only have so much time. Only 6 teams will remain after the first selection. Once the second selection hits, we're going to have 6 teams. We'll knock off the bottom 3 teams. We're going to be looking at these cool figures right here. How can we get these? Yo, Capcom, can you all hook us up? These cool figures? Are these paper mache?
Paper mache. That's a valid question, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, is that actually paper mache? But that'd be cool if they were plushies, right? If they were like block plushies.
Yeah.
If you guys are also involved in this, no shot. Wait a minute.
アマゾンで好評
Look at this
販売中の
OD
公式
Akuma
アパレル
shirt.
に
This
スト
crew
リー
neck,
トファ
I
イター
need it.
6の新
I
デ
need
ザ
it
インが
now.
登場です
The
Okay.
super turbo
強
art
さ
on
と
this crew
美しさ
neck.
を兼ね
Listen,
備えたチュンリーを墨絵
Andrew,
で
I know you're in the
力
chat,
強く
brother.
描いたデザインは
I need
どの
one of
服のタイ
them.
プカラ
That
ーを選ん
looks
でも映えること
phenomenal. The
間違い
classic
なし
artwork, I am
こちら
sold.
も
Hey,
お
be
見
sure
逃
to
しなく
scan the QR
Take it
code.
too.
I mean, you guys, right now, this is
ストリ
live.
ートファイターリ
Scan
ー
the
グプロ
QR
JP
codes to get yourself
2023
some of
公
this
式グッ
merch
ズ
because
も
it looks
同
so
じく
sick.
Amazon に
And
て
this year,
発売中で
looking
す
just as sick
T
for
シャツ
Street
や
Fighter
長
League
袖
Japan
T シャ
merch
ツ
as
パーカ
well.
ーなど
Again,
のアイテム
you
を
guys
販売してお
definitely
りま
want to
す
pick it up. Partnership
購入
with
して着る
Amazon,
こ
I
とで
believe. You can
観
find it at
戦
the Amazon
応援に
store
気合が
at
入った
least.
り普段の対
For
戦へのモ
Capcom
チベーション
Fighters,
も上
because
がる
this
こと間
looks
違い
so,
なし
so
ぜひ購入して
sick to
観
rock,
戦対
not
戦
only
を
on
お
the
楽し
streams,
みく
but
だ
in
さい
person at some of these
詳細は
events.
公式サイトをご確認ください
100%. Make sure y'all pick it up. They actually look
そして
super dope. But I
ストリートファイター
still
リー
waiting
グ
on
プロ
mine,
JP
Capcom. If you can hook us up, we'd love to wear it on the stream. And you know, shout out to all the sponsors that we've had out here. Looks like we have a little promotion too as well with G-Tune, with the gaming PC. But again, shout out to all the sponsors that have been coming through. I've been seeing a lot of sponsors support these events and also support the players as well. Having all these teams support these players, like these players looking forward to Street Fighter League to be supported for not only Street Fighter League itself, but other events as well, to travel the world or to be supported at other events. It's just cool to see these esports teams come together and, you know, help these players grow.
Man, it's so refreshing to see that icon, that emblem, and also Luke at the same time. You guys understand, man. Street Fighter League Japan starting so soon already. It's today. It has happened. Street Fighter 6 is a reality. It is here. 2 million units, right? Over 2 million units sold for a very damn good reason, because this game is phenomenal and you guys are here. This is not the future. This is now. This is Street Fighter League Season 6 for Japan. And man, you guys need to be all the way tuned in, because this is only the beginning. This is only stage 1. We've got so much to go through. And speaking of stage 1 of DLCs, Rashid coming in very, very soon. July 24th will be the official release of our first summer DLC character, just in time for EVO. Again, the Turbulent Wind will be returning to Street Fighter 6 in just a few more weeks.
Haven't seen, go watch the YouTube video right now. He is looking super dope. I hope he has an OD reversal. I'm not gonna lie, but the wild stuff he had in Street Fighter 5 is in his main toolkit. Y'all can get ready with the Fighters Pass. It's out right now, out and about right now. Get a little scouter, you know, walk around with the Jetpack 2 as well. Dress up as Rashid as we prepare for Rashid with only a few weeks. Bro, I can't wait to play that character. He looks super sick and super annoying. A lot of great movement, a lot of annoying movement. JB, I know, is foaming at the mouth. So is Oil King. So I can't wait to see what they do with that character. Only a few weeks, only a few more weeks till we get that first DLC character.
Not soon enough, but I know what is soon. We're gonna have these matches coming up real soon, right after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with match 2 here, Street Fighter League Japan.
YouTube、Twitch の各チャンネル登録、Twitter のフォローもよろしくお願いいたします。さらに YouTube の高評価、グッドボタンも合わせてお願いいたします。この後は試合準備のために休憩に入らせていただきます。再開時間は20時15分を予定しております。そちらでは第1節マッチ2、最瞬間ソル熊本対シノビズムゲーミング、こちらの模様をお届けしてまいります。それでは一旦失礼いたします。
Advanced Artificial Intelligence Leviathan. Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
And welcome back to Street Fighter League Japan 2023. We have even more action for you. Saishunkan Kumamoto going up against Shinobism Gaming. But first introductions, my name is Seikola. I'm joined with Vicious. My dog, how are you feeling about this next match coming up?
Well, I'll tell you exactly how I feel. As soon as I introduce him, the big man himself, yo, man, I gotta say, Sasamo is going to be one of my favorites to watch, absolutely. And I'll tell you exactly why after this. We got Higuchi coming on in as well. The Guile Prodigy with Shuto, the little devil, playing Mommy Muscle. So that's going to be super, super cool to watch. And of course, the head emperor, the brute king, Nemo, the man in control of JP. Now, I did mention Sasamo. He's the brand new kid on the block for Saishunkan Kumamoto, who's playing one of the coolest characters, in my opinion, DJ.
Man, that character is actually super sick, but so is this team coming up. Shinobism Gaming, one of the front runners and most consistent teams of last season. Let's see what they got on their squad. The same cats, actually, a Swanky Ninja coming up himself, Johnny, with that Manon, and I guess many other characters too as well in the back pocket. Right after that is going to be the Grave Maker himself with that kid getting in, Fujimura, the robot. Afterwards, it's going to be the Vanguard bringing up the back, Yamaguchi with that Luke. And that's the only character that he's running. But last but not least, it's going to be the Shinobism Prime staying fine, Momochi with the Kin, the Luke, and whoever he wants to play. Shinobism Gaming will be facing off against Saishunkan Kumamoto, a tale as old as time. Well, Sliggy, who stays fine out in Street Fighter 6, the field has been reset. The characters are different. The players are too as well in some of these sequences. You talked about Sasamo being a new young gun. I think he had a rise in some of the CPTs, taking on some dominant players. And it makes sense for him to be out here on Team Saishunkan Seoul Kumamoto.
Without a doubt. Now, Sasamo, I feel like he hasn't had as much of the spotlight up until this very moment, right? Not to take away from his prowess in Street Fighter V, but seeing him now here on this particular stage, him being the newcomer in regards to everybody else on the block for Street Fighter League Japan, is going to be so pivotal for him to really pull his weight with his character, because DJ is going to be, I feel like, one of the primary targets. But speaking of primary targets, we have two of them up on the stage, right? JP and Ken. JP piloted by none other than Nemo, who is the inherent trickster in regards to the rest of the roster. This guy is a versus god, and I do mean that in every sense of the word. But he's facing off against CPU level 20. That's Fujimura. You mentioned it earlier. He's a robot. It actually got me good. I tried to mute myself during when you said he was a robot. I legit laughed. So it's true. He is the epitome of. He is the reason why CPU level 8 is so difficult. And what's crazy is he takes it above and beyond that level. So you're about to see CPU level 20 Kennen for the first time debuted here on Street Fighter League Japan Season 6.
He's ever optimal, ever ridiculous. With a character like King, you have to be very optimal because the damage that can be pumped out with this character off the corner carry. You know, Momochi definitely is optimal, and I feel like the focus is always footsies with Momochi, but with the grime and the dirt, the slime, it comes from the likes of Fujimura. He likes the greasy characters, and in his back pocket, he has a jury too as well. I think that Ken does okay against JP. I think he's got a slight advantage. I was listening to Angry Bird and Big Bird talk about that match, and Big Bird had said that Ken has a slight advantage over JP. If he feels like he's uncomfortable in that match, he can simply go to the jury. Things don't work out because that aerial approach can be difficult for JP to deal with. Also, the fact that her dashes, her drive rush gets through the ghost, can't really throw that out, so airlessly. And then also her fireball can bait out OD Amnesia, as we saw versus Chun-Li. Same thing here with this character. Nemo says he thinks many will cheer for his character that he's playing, but what does Fujimura say?
Well, Fujimura coming in with that confidence, he would like to showcase that confidence, and there's a lot of work that goes in with both of these players. Now, there's a big thing that you kind of signify too. I want to know whether or not OD Amnesia will actually be a factor in this game, this particular matchup, because of the fact that both Ken and Jury have slower fireballs and can lead to very, very precarious meaty situations against Nemo, especially for Ken, right? If a meaty light punch fireball ends up clipping JP towards the tail end, not only is he going to be in severe block stand, but if he decides to OD Amnesia, man, that leaves Ken for a huge follow-up with a heavy normal. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not that's going to be implemented on defense for Nemo, or will he choose a different route. It's going to be really kind of a slugfest, depending on who gets knocked down first.
I agree. And I also think it's going to be a little bit easier for Ken in some sequences because, when you try to do crouch fierce as an anti-air for the likes of JP. Cross-up Tatsu is actually a dangerous threat that could just delete that crouch face on the table. So if he's in that cross-up range, Nemo's going to have to be very careful. But we see Nemo lab out some sick sequences, and I feel like he's closer to the style of Kakaru than maybe some of the other JP players. He's comfortable about playing that close range to mid-range gameplay that Kakaru had showcased and showcased the strength up with that character. Now, he does have some sick setups in and of himself. Are they as strong as Kakaru? We'll have to see. But Nemo has been a big grinder. He says he enjoys his character the most. In fact, this is the character that he loves the most, so I definitely think he'll be ready and prepared to fight Fujimura.
I think it's a valid synopsis on how Nemo can play in various situations. But I think, the big highlight is, we talked about how much of a versus god Nemo is in other games and previous iterations of Capcom titles. I think one of the biggest highlights that Nemo has is being able to force you against your will in the corner in regards to the mix-ups from Departure specifically. I've seen so many different teleport setups that he's had that has forced so many people into tears and also one and doneing, right? I've never seen anybody leave lobbies so quickly once Nemo has hit you with the double departure. My man's going not one way, he's at a round trip in and pretty much everywhere all at once. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see whether or not he gets to implement those strategies. Here we go. Match number 2 underway. It's game 1 between Nemo and Fujimura.
Backing off against that stand fierce. No playing that close range game that we mentioned, stand heavy kick. That was punch card. Could have been a follow-up. Fujimura is closer to putting Nemo in the corner. Departure out and about.
I love the usage of the fake thus far. Oh, drive impact response. Fujimura, the robot. He's like, I don't think you understand. I invented that.
Going out for the corner, not where you want to be against Lexa Ken. Find a way out. ODDP gets the anti-air right there. He's up in the corner, wakes up. That's going to be not. Actually, it is blocked, and it is punished. And that is Fujimura with the first W.
Yeah, so there was an attempt from Fujimura to do the parry, but the problem is he didn't have the minimum requirement of half the bar to actually use the parry. But either way, he was so close. Man, did you see the walk-up from JP? He is speed walking, right? That is actually kind of nuts in terms of animation.
The confidence. The confidence is coming here from Nemo. He's got to be able to get the W, though. Jumps in. Fujimura with the call. Close range ghost not working out. Ghostbuster. Sit down. Oh, not even sit down and shut up. It's not CA just yet. Fujimura has such a big lead right now.
Oh my God!
Told you this guy's a robot.
Man, that was the most. He's slowly adding on difficulty levels, right? Look, CPU level 20 was his base form. That right there was glimpses of like level 25. That was actually kind of nuts.
Extreme difficulty. Yeah.
Oh my God, the meaty setups as well. The pressure after the lights, drive rush forward, guessing game with the throw loops, trying to force a bad reaction from Nemo, but it's throw loops incoming. There it is! He was looking exactly for it. He can't finish it off just yet, but one solid sequence. Man, he's got it! Low forward, drive rush forward again. Fujimura in complete control, match point.
Hands are on the wheel, 2 and 10 right now. It's about to get the when drive rush is in, but here's at least a stop sign with the stand medium punch. You see a lot more. You see more of those dirty mixes with the departure here, but it's hard because then every time he tries to put it out, look at Fujimura just backing up. He'd rather take this rather than like a teleport mix, right? He's way better off.
Yep.
Okay, Nemo with the lead now.
A significant lead of that, no sir. A little bit of an awkward placing for Nemo. He's not ready for some of the movement options that Fujimura has presented, but oh man, the overhead. Just enough damage, and even if the Phantom didn't do the job, well, the spike would have picked up after it just in case. Perfect to bring it back from Nemo.
Didn't find the fall from the counter hit medium punch, but Fujimura starting off a lot better this round. Going another corner right now, the OD go slash, departure again. Drive rush stand, heavy kick does not land. Fake out coming here from Nemo. He's getting that one-player game. Perfect parry for the Dragon Lash. He'll actually just go for the enhanced corner character. The character could definitely do. The Tatsu wakes up level 3, that bar back, and a lead.
In ruin. Man, he's doing it to him again. He's like, here's cryptocurrency scam number 2, Ken. I know you want some of this. It's crazy.
In the corner, in burnout. Fujimura now with any OD fireballs, I think it's a little bit more painful. No OD bar to dash through the ghost.
With the snap of his fingers, he can drain his bank account. And he's also draining his life bar, but at least the drive gauge is back. The spirit is willing, but right now the flesh is looking weak. That is a big opener, and that is some big damage. So with critical art, this is going to be a full-on burnout with a lot of damage. Sit down and shut up!
Shut up! Up in the corner, OD fireball to cover the approach. Shooting kick. Yeah, but didn't want to commit to the drive rush after. Finds a fireball follow-up. This is Fujimura, the robot. And honestly, it feels like Nemo wants to play that one-player game, but it's so difficult when you have someone that's so optimal in every exchange and just knows exactly what you want to do. Using the OD fireball to back up just in case you want to do for maybe amnesia or whatever. But man, Fujimura just too strong, and Nemo just ran right over.
Man, I can't believe he was that ready for the confirm off of the mid-air catch on the OD fireball. But then again, that's kind of like a trap. I think that's a self-set trap once you do like your super art level 3, right? You're in the perfect range to pressure with OD fireball to keep the containment. It's two options, right? Either the opponent sits there and block while you advance, or if they jump. So I don't think like the stack, the mental stack, I guess, in a way, is going to be like too high to kind of get that confirmed. So that's really smart from Fujimura. Like he's already got that option down pat from that particular space. So I'm already learning like so many different things already. Looking right at it again, you look at the stats and you look at the characters played. Obviously, JP and Ken, that's the translation between the two. You've seen the best of 3 score, 2-0 in the side of Fujimura. And of course, we have the rest of the stats in regards to OD reversals that are invincible. Invincible reversals is one of them. Successful throws, tech is another one. I think what, like Super's landed also probably one of them, but yeah, we'll get the official one eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there. I don't think there was any ODDPs that came from the side of Fujimura. I don't remember anything happening from that side in terms of reversals as a rebuttal, so I don't think he was on the back foot ever at all. You know, his sequencing was so perfect, so strong, and Nemo not able to play that one-player game that he would like to do. We'll move through this bracket here even more so, but that's Shinobism Gaming, a very strong start, and they've already got a very strong team. You've got a team of Ken's, you've got a team of Luke's, and you've got a team of just strong competitors. Also, Manon sits on there too as well. Saishunkan, Kumamoto not lacking though. We'll see what they pull up next. Well, actually, both sides pull up next, so they both give their blind picks.
Oh, you got me, man. You got me mad excited. I'm like, oh, damn, we're playing Winner Stays On? Is that what we're doing now? That'd be kind of hype. That'd be kind of sick.
That'd be godlike.
And then all the UK cats come over. Like Logan comes through, F-Word comes through, and then like Jammers, Tyrant, the whole 9. Damascus as well. They're like, all right, well, you asked for Winner Stays On, so here we go. But it's going to be as it stands. Johnny is coming up with Mano. And Higuchi with the patented dial. Now, Higuchi's been going through it, man. He's trying to make that change between Street Fighter 5 into Street Fighter 6 in his ranked trials and tribulations. I've been paying very close attention to his last couple of streams, actually since like he started streaming Street Fighter 6. So he's been getting a couple of gripes in regards to certain matchups, but I think this matchup in particular he's very comfortable with.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, being able to have Sonic Boom follow up with Drive Rush, and her not being able to do too much, she can kind of spin through the fireball if she calls it out, but that's already difficult with the change up and the speed of the fireballs that are presented with perfect booms, normal booms, OD booms, and you have Sonic Cross. And the fact that you can Drive Rush right after it to counter the spin, it's going to be a risky business right here for Manon to try to spin through. It's going to be hard for Johnny. I think he has other characters he can utilize, but Manon has been the main go. But I want to go back to what you're talking about for Higuchi. It's been a little bit difficult. I watched some matches and he's very dominant. In other matches where he falters, even in matches where Guile does well, like he hasn't really had that handle just yet and how he wants to play Guile in this game. He had the blueprint in 5, but in 6 it's a little bit different.
Now, one of the biggest attributes that I think Johnny had in regards to his performance in Street Fighter 5 were single hit confirms. I think if he's able to do so as Mano, that could be so dangerous. Not even talking about like the command grab game, but just let alone getting some of these big sequences in regards to like single hit confirms and Drive Rush. I think the pressure alone could be what really sets apart a lot of the other Mano players. So we'll see. Now, she's not necessarily like the best like single hit confirming character in this game because that's just not how this game is designed anymore. But it can lead to some scary moments. Like if you were to get like the back medium kick starter and see whether it like hits or blocks, and you can go into a sequence. That can be really, really difficult because if you're thinking about back medium kick, it's -2 by itself. But if you opt to go for the overhead, that bad boy is -11, but cancel. So I'm kind of curious to see how this kind of matchup plays out. We've seen it before on the west side. We'll now see it over in Japan and see how it plays out.
Gucci says that there are new people watching Street Fighter 6, so he wants to show what kind of player Guile is. He's sticking with that character. Johnny says, we've been saying how nervous we were as teammates. He's been playing with Higuchi since middle school. He knows the style and how he plays, and he's looking forward to this match. I want to go back to what you were talking about with Manon. The fact that if you find those hit confirms, which Johnny is known for, can lead to more, you know, a better situation for this character. And I feel like Drive Rush can definitely help out with that. Stand medium punch, you know, you buffer that with Drive Rush right after it. You can find some damaging things if you're able to get the hit. And even on block, you're close enough to enact that strike throw pressure that Manon would like to utilize. She's a thirsty type of character. She needs drive gauge to really enact some sort of pressure. Like her neutral is not that bad. Her mid range is not that bad. But to really get things going up forward, she needs that drive gauge to enact, to enforce that pressure, to make you put on the back foot. And you need to think about that long-term game, which I think that Johnny can definitely do. Hamako right now is talking about how Guile is a fun character to watch, and I think, honestly, I think he's way more fun than he was in 5. I think the players made him fun in 5, but in 6, he is super fun. They've given him new target combos. Sonic Cross is such a cool new thing that they've given him with the Sonic Blade 2 as well, follow-ups. And the OD booms, the perfect booms, the change-ups, the zoning. He is like super cool with the drive system. He's also created a big headache over here in the US because of the DR just smoking everybody else.
No doubt. That is absolutely no doubt. One of the biggest things that come to mind is whether or not Higuchi's got it like that. I want to see what happens if he gets himself in a situation for boom loops, right? That's going to be something that is pretty much what we're looking forward to. And of course, on the other end, we want to see whether or not Johnny gets the 5 medals sooner rather than later, if at all, really. And what's funny is, just in case you guys didn't think it was live, well, we said winner stays on at least once, and he's already appeared in the chat. Good morning to you, sir. Or actually, probably good evening, question mark, or good afternoon. I can't tell what time it is because I am geographically and time zone challenged. But we are absolutely all the way live, and I know you guys are looking forward to the games. We are as well. We are just preparing for it as we get into it. So again, just to let you guys know, it's Saishunkan Seoul Kumamoto going up against Shinobism Gaming. This is matchup number 2, and this is going to be game 2 between these two players, right? Obviously, we have Johnny in the hot seat right now. He's facing off against Higuchi. I'm really, really curious to see, again, how this matchup is going to play out over in Japan.
And also having two players that have played each other and know each other since middle school, like they know what each other's dislikes and likes are, what their favorite foods are, what they're allergic to, what, you know, their tendencies may be. This will lead to a higher level of match where you played somebody for so long, you understand the person at a personal level. That's going to definitely impact this match beyond just the matchup. It may make it more difficult here for Johnny, or maybe make it even better. We'll have to see. I mean, Manon is a character that can't really dump out damage until she gets the command grabs to land. Right? I feel like I've seen Idom gripe about that, maybe for good reason, because once you get the command grabs to land, 5 medals will start 3,000 in terms of damage. Which is quite a bit. That's quite a bit for that character. But before that happens, you have to stack the medals, and the errant hits don't really add up to too much. But once those command grabs land, and it's like the 3rd round, and you got 5 medals, or even the 2nd, it's hell.
Yeah, if you get up to 5, it's actually higher than that. It's actually 3,700 damage. I know you wouldn't believe me if I told you this, but level 5 is 3,700 damage. Right, yeah. 3,000, you thought that was it? Not even close, man. This thing is dangerous. And I'm not talking about the Michael Jackson album. This is far more than just a single command grab. But again, it does take time to work up to it. So
ドライブラッシュだ
we'll
ったり
see,
とか
man.
ドライ
We'll
ブ
see whether or not it
さ
happens.
まざまな攻めの手段がしかもかなりスピー
Gal
ド
is a
のある
difficult character to fight against. He's got reversals. He's got the sonic moves, as we mentioned, the projectiles that Manon has difficulty with. And that neutral where she wants to play, that sweet spot where she wants to play, I think Gal can do fantastic. He's got stand fierce. He's got a bevy of command normals that deal in that same range. Stand medium kick maybe doesn't do a lot of damage or find a lot of lead ups, but it's a great poking tool. You have back fist, you have the back heavy punch too as well. You have a lot of normals that you can work with. Like this character has great normals, great projectiles. There's a reason why you see him in the top levels of a lot of top, top tier lists and things like that. But again, we'll see if Higuchi has what it takes to maneuver this character, pilot this character like he did in 5. Remember, it took him a little bit in 5 to kind of get ready and steady. Remember, he had some confidence issues, not in last season, but the season before, that his team had to work out. Last season, we saw him get those issues out, and he was definitely the star component of Saishunkan so Kumamoto. We'll see what happens now. The playing field has been demolished and equalized and built up brand new to a brand new building of Street Fighter 6.
Right. Yeah, so just to let you guys know, we do have a little bit more of talking to do. This one's for Monastery Cook. Hey, things do happen. We do have technical issues that need to be solved from time to time. We can't have it all go the way that we want to. So just to let you guys know that this is live too. So we are rolling with the punches. So we do appreciate y'all being absolutely patient with each and every one of the segments that we go through. Because, in a perfect world, we'd have all the fighting already ready for you. So just to let you guys know, we do have a slight technical issue just for full transparency, right? That's something that you don't often get. But there you go, man. I know you guys aren't trying to argue, but it does sure sound like it at times. But I will say this, I do love the fact that you guys are all here, man. I love being able to talk with you guys one-on-one, one versus many. Same with St. Cola, man. It's such a vibe, man. It feels so good to be back in the hot seat for Street Fighter League Japan. And also just to kind of kick it with you guys, because again, you guys are what makes this more enjoyable, to be honest with you, man. The games are super sick. Being able to interact with all you guys live and in person, kind of, sort of, through this virtual screen, feels phenomenal, man.
Feels great. Also with Street Fighter 6. Remember there was a time where we were like, man, I can't wait for Street Fighter 6. 5 is hot, but it's time to get to 6, right? There was a time when we were begging, we were waiting, and no longer will we wait for the match. It's here, people. Guile versus Manon. Higuchi versus Johnny. Let's get it.
Man, the fireballs are going to be such a problem for Manon, and I'm telling you, for very good reason, right? If she happens to do like the spin maneuver past the fireball, that's one thing. But I feel like you have to be pretty good and do it kind of like preemptive, because trying to react to a sonic boom is so difficult. Damn, that's command grab already at level 3 metal.
Careful now. OD Boom gets the space up for the space, backs him up. Sonic Blade. Trying to get the overhead. Well space out here for Johnny. Finds a drive rush conversion. Another command grab. Early game, getting as many command grabs as possible. And the overhead lands did not have enough health to get that impact.
Did you see that? Did you see that? That's the Twitter tech right there. After the run burst, after it gets thrown down, if you do the overhead, it can get drive impacted. Problem is, my man didn't have enough health to go with it. So that's really, really smart from Johnny to take advantage of that.
Ooh, you see this countering combo off that crouching light kick? Snuck in the standing light kick too as well for the extension to level 1. Gucci on game right now.
I need to see some shooties in the chat, man. Shooty! Let me hear it, man. I gotta see it. I gotta see all of it. Yo, we got standing tech as well. My man's. The Gucci.
Second time, too.
All the optional stuff. Yes, sir. Get off of me.
Going to be in burnout. This character can definitely fight and finds the overhead. You're dead. Round around.
I love this right now. The keep away to Higuchi trying to pick his spots as to when to shoot over and over again against Johnny. This might be a problem. Yes, sir. He's going to spend it all right now, because not only is the damage there, but he gets to reset, apply pressure, Sonic Blade, Sonic Cross, etc. The whole arsenal of booms.
Want to get close up. Gonna harass those mediums. Called out the drive impact. Backs him up that level 1. Gonna play this perfectly to get in. He's back in business with Bar. Gucci going for these burnout situations, and it works out. The impact.
Oh, damn. Uh-oh. Oh, he actually went for the critical art instead of just going for the Converse for meta level 5. What does he get off of this? Command grab will kill, and he knew it! Well, actually not kill, sorry. It will be very difficult to kind of just digest all that damage. My bad. I got excited. I see command grab at level 5. I'm already assuming it's gonna kill. I'm not gonna lie to you, but man, what a read from Higuchi. A little bit telegraphed from the side of Johnny.
Same thing with the impact previously, right? That was the second time we've seen that corner read happening from the side of Higuchi. This time a jump out, finds a punish. And I'm with you too when it comes to command grabs. I see that level 5, I set it on my controller. I'm like, I'm not gonna survive. You got it. You got it from here, bro. But Higuchi with the defense is ridiculous right now.
Yeah, that is such a very, very solid read. But I guess going into the next game, I think there's a lot that Mano can do to prevent the jump outs from happening or react accordingly. Even if a throw, she does have a throw option select. Even if like a normal throw does get dodged if they happen to jump out of the corner, Mano can do the slide, the down forward heavy kick slide to bring him back to the other side and also recover just in time to do a command grab as they're landing too, like a meaty command grab. So we'll see if that actually plays out, and if it will, or if it does, I'm out of here. You're commentating by yourself if it happens. I don't want to say I'm a psychic or anything, but we'll see. Man, there's a lot to digest in this matchup currently. I think it's a lot on regards to what Johnny needs to do to get past the Freya booms.
You know, I want to go back to that corner pressure you were talking about. She can run the crescent kick to catch Johnny and put him right back down to the ground. I want to see, you know, Johnny back up a little bit to let that hit. I've seen it being utilized against like Cammy, against her like dive kicks and things like that. We have to space it out right, but you don't always have to just go in aggressively to get that win. But maybe that's a read that Johnny had previously on Higuchi, like, oh, he ain't gonna be ready for this. I've watched him, I've played against him, he's not gonna be ready for this. But Higuchi, either saving it for nationals or just having the right read at the right time, was able to stay fine up this corner. Let's see if Johnny's able to vary up the approach up in the corner, or if Higuchi's gonna take this victory too dominantly.
And again, one of the biggest things about Street Fighter League is the implementation of team strategy, right? During each matchup, during each game, I should say, they do take a break to kind of talk about that strategy amongst themselves, hence why you will see it cut back to the players. But we'll see if that strategy does get implemented from either side, really. I'm kind of wondering what it is. But anyways, here we go. Again, Higuchi already off to the great ender. Standing like kicking the flash kick.
Patience has been fantastic. Aru pointed this out that Higuchi's patience is ridiculous, and it's worked out in terms of finding the correct anti-airs, not going for flash kicks that may be, you know, called out in the wrong way. See, that's the perfect flash kick range. Now he has him caught up in the corner. All this real estate to play with to run the buffet of booms.
The buffet of booms, man. I wonder what the entry ticket is for getting into that venue for the buffet. Man, I will say this, he got himself kicked out of the venue. Standing medium kick as the anti-air from that far, a classic.
It's that point right here. That patience is paying off to not get gripped up. Back throw. And again, he just goes for this positioning and can switch it up with either backing up the Sonic Boom to try to get the dry push overhead. Even when it doesn't land, he's still in prime position right here. Manon has not got any medals. Here we go. Dash up. Man grab. No, there it is. Finally.
Oh no, anti-air, yes sir, anti-air level 1 with the heavy version aiming upward. He was shooting for the skies.
No surprise he have the anti-air on the deck. He's got one more in the tank too as well. Johnny's got dang near level 3.
Oh, man, I was talking about the patience up until that point, but to be fair, man, that was a 50-50. Either the overhead was coming or the low medium kick of death. We've all talked about that. We've all seen it. The hitbox on that bad boy of low medium kick, man, it can lead to so much. But that's just how it goes, man. The 50-50 gets incorrectly from Johnny, and that leads to Saishunkan Seoul getting their first 10 points. It's all tied up, if I'm not mistaken. So with that in mind, I don't think it's possible to get the sudden death battle. It'll be do or die time for the anchor positions, which leads me to my next question, Saint Cola. Who is going to be in the anchor spot
ったんですけどリターンに繋がらなかったシーンは
If you were
Try
to
to
guess.
tell him. Try to tell him. We already got it. We already got it.
Oh,
we already
did
got
we?
it.
がまあ
Oh.
起こし
Yeah,
まだ
they dropped it.
Oh,
I
we
mean,
did.
th-
Dang
I mean,
it. Oh, all right. Well,
もさることながら、
うん
本当に
my bad.
they spoiled
My
us.
bad. That was me.
But to be honest, this is what I kind of expected. Shuto, Modern Marisa to kind of back things up, and Momochi can to close things out. We've seen Momochi in so many anchor positions. It makes sense. And Shuto, same with him. We saw him
今回やりきりまし
defeat
たね
absolute gods. Remember when he said he was born to defeat Fudo? That's how I knew this kid was on game
Yes.
for anchor position closeouts. Like he was like, I was born out of the womb to beat the gods of fighting games, of Street Fighter themselves. But one thing that stands out, I want to spoil all of you as get this information soon, is that Shuto will be running Modern Marisa, and we'll figure out how that operates in a long set. Marisa, a very strong character, and a topic of many people's anger, as Big Bird was able to take the victory over at Rebel Kumite with that character, not modern version, but showcasing what that character can do
シンプルゆえに
all the way through
め
like
ちゃくちゃ難しいんで
people
すけど
around the world, characters like Guile, damn near every single matchup, JP.
Yeah.
She's a threat. She's a threat. But I want to see how Modern Marisa works out in the first of three. So like some Momochi where Ken can kind of fight that character.
あんだけ正確に技を出すっていうのは実はかなり難しいんですけど
No doubt. I'm very excited to see it, man. I want to just see how the meta develops, man. We've got so many different like teams coming in with so many different characters, so it's gonna be so sick over the course of months, by the way. Full-on months, because this is only stage one. It's only the beginning. But as it stands right now, again, 10 points apiece on both Saishunkan, Seoul, Kumamoto, and Shinobism Gaming's board. From both players, we could see Fujimura getting the first win over Nemo, and then it was
対象戦 両チームの出場選手
Gucci
使
firing
用
right
キャラ
back
クター
against
操作タイ
Johnny.
プの発表です
Now, this is it right here.
対象戦に出
A
場す
little
る
bit
選
of
手
a
は
talk
こちら
from both Nanai and Hamiko about how enjoyable it was to watch that Guile play and how patient Higuchi was throughout the whole thing. Now I want to know what they have to say about this particular matchup. It's Muscle Nami versus the revamped Ken, right? With nothing to lose. Marisa versus Ken is going to be so ecstatic, so exciting to watch overall. Yo, Triumph, thank you for dropping off the kids, the big 74, by the way. Also, shout out to El Chicote for the big drop off while you guys were streaming. We appreciate the big raids coming in.
ついに来ましたね
We
SFL
came in to see Modern Marisa
めちゃくちゃ楽し
come
みで
through as a final
もう
match
本当に
between
今ワ
these
クワク
two
してるんで早く試合
in the
した
anchor
いっていう
position
の
here.
と
From the side of Shuto,
マリーザ
talk
使
to
ってること
Shuto.
は
I talked to Yanai. You know, you dropped in the chat.
シンプ
And
ル
I'm
に
like, yo,
本当に
Modern
強いから
Marisa?
と思ってるんで
Yanai
そ
said
う愛を
she's godlike with Modern.
愛を
Yeah.
見せていただ
Shuto
け
said
た
something similar. And I was like, really? And then I saw them work at Rebel Kumite the last chance qualifier in Japan. And they almost got the top 8. I mean, Yanai was almost there. He was only a few sets away from that sort of play. So there's some danger with this character. Maybe you can't check walkbacks with drive rush crouching light kick, but maybe drive rush crouching medium or crouching light punch is all you need. So she loses only the quad kick, medium punch, light kick, and heavy kick. Those are all she misses. She still has Gladius and the other special moves at her disposal.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the biggest things, I think, it's the ease of execution. Somebody brought it up in the chat, a very, very valid point. I think, you know, Marisa's combos aren't necessarily too difficult to navigate and execute once you get the feel for it. But I think it would be more so of a timing thing in regards to like utilizing certain specials to get over other special moves. Like more importantly, we talk about the Superman punch being a big projectile killer. Being able to react to that without having to risk inputs is a pretty huge thing because Marisa just wants to get in your face, and when she lands that opportunity, it's so difficult. Another thing as well, being able to react with your invincible supers can be such a big benefit to your gameplay, even if you lose out on the damage, because Marisa just deals a ton of damage right off the bat anyway. Even if you get like the nerf to utilizing modern controls for supers, I think that's just fine for her. So we'll see against the overall game plan for Marisa. Get in your face, put some of these plus frames on the table, and obliterate you till you stop playing the game. That's just the game plan. So it's really up to Momochi stepping up. We did see a lot of optimization lately. I think one of the biggest highlights that Hi-Fi had put out earlier was Momochi reacting to drive rush into perfect parry. I think he's slowly starting to figure out some of the big things that he can parry, some of the opportunities where he can utilize that mechanic and optimize afterwards, because he did some fat damage off of something that's severely scaled. You're talking about 50% damage scaling right off the bat from from a perfect parry and still being able to take off chunks of damage.
Definitely able to sneak in also the micro walk too as well in that conversion, in that combo, I should say, and staying optimal and saying, listen, even if I parry this and the damage is going to be knocked down, it'll be enough to get that kill. Ever optimal Mochi himself has also great footsie, so seeing him on the kin is great. Mobich, I see them in the chat. They are one of our resident translators and always doing due diligence when it comes to sleuthing in the Japan streams. Said that Shuto thinks that Modern Marisa can take down any character. And I mean, already Big Bird said that Marisa, he doesn't really feel like she loses to anybody. Maybe Jury versus a lot of problems. You can't Superman punch because crouching medium punch, fireball game kind of nasty. But maybe Modern Marisa having that quickness on defense too as well, being able to go in the stance cancel immediately without a second's notice, without having that mental stack. It might also help out on defense because she does lack on defense. Her anti-airs are a little bit more sus than other anti-airs. Gladius is great, but the call out is definitely difficult. Crouch fierce, you have to be in the perfect position. So having less mental stack to deal with these options and the stance, like the pushback and stuff, may help out. May help out on defense.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm kind of curious to hear what exactly the commentators also have to say in regards to this matchup and like both characters and the utilization of Modern for that matter. So hopefully we can get some of our scientists on that case from Twitter, the big translators. Doc, I'm looking at you as well. I know you're mad busy, but we get it, man. All right, here we go. Game number 1. Between these two titans, again, Shuto versus Momochi, Muscle Mommy versus Ken, trying to get back his financial wealth. But financial wealth ain't nothing in comparison to family. He needs to channel his inner Dom Toretto and think about his family, right?
Damage about to come fast and furious. If you let it happen, don't let this character get close. But for the Gladius, it's a whip punish stand, heavy kick. Did that too far out in the distance. I'm not sure why. Maybe looking for something preemptively. Fantastic punish. I actually allowed Momochi to get outside that corner with the run cancel.
So we kind of see the space that Shuto's kind of trying to occupy. But man, one of the Force Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Low, medium kick coming in from Ken. Big surprise. We got a throw. What happens afterwards, though? We got the punish counter on the throw again. Dang, another one. Hey, man, throw loose. It's what's for breakfast, man.
Lunch and dinner, I tell you. Mochi with a fantastic start, man. Yeah, we have the leftovers. It's not going anywhere. Especially with the likes of Ken.
Oh no! See that? That had to be Modern, right? That had to be Modern. Modern Super Art. Oh no! Ugh! You're under arrest.
Dying on some dirt. From the corner and burnout, not where you want to be. Just got the meaty or heavy. Side switch here. Turn of fortune for Momochi. Has to be careful. He's in burnout. One hit. It'll be over the neutral jump. Wow, what a call out.
Oh, that's huge on the armor of that. Gladius again. Damn! Superman punch from downtown over the fireball means nothing to me. She don't skip leg day. That's the whole purpose. She's trying to jump over and go through fireballs, man.
In the corner, crouch fierce. Oh, stays in front, gets the mix. Level 3 immediately. That was nasty. That was nasty. I definitely got hit by that. Damn near burnout. Careful shoot though. Up in the corner too as well.
Oh, what a time to counter poke with the crouch medium punch as well. Getting himself out of the corner, decent amount of damage. Still trying to find a big counter poke in. And I love the anti-airs consistent with Shuto's thus far. Again, the big whiff punish counter.
That level 3, even with the scaling, might kill. See, hard for this character to anti to find that crouch fierce.
This is tough. Momochi can't whiff anything. Neither can Shuto. Still anybody's game. One touch will kill for both sides. Both sides.
The tenseness. Try rush. Try rush again. Try to find an opening up the low. She not biting. Cross up Tatsu. And get the kill. Next hit will still. Can Mochi get that burnout and get that chip? No dip.
Oh my God! And it's Momochi with a big trade-off against the stance follow-up from Shuto. Now, I was terrified. If that stance led to the command grab, I think perhaps Momochi would have died because that was OD. That was OD stance, right?
Yeah. That was using bar, but was not able to do so that low. Sweep off the feet, 8 frames with the quickness. Gets the empty low on the side switch. Enhanced Tatsu up in the corner. Shuto was on the back foot until the sledgehammer landed.
That's a huge turn there from Momochi as well. Wants to make the situation an important tech at that from Shuto, creating some space for himself. That could have been punished, I think, from that close. Punish counter, and I love the link. Shuto, yeah, fireman's carry over.
Backed up for the anti-air drive rush. That's the mix. You get these knockdowns, you go for like stance cancel, command grab, throw, strike, the lows, trade with the Gladius, baits up the ODDP. Oh, easily, for free. Magna Buster into Gladius.
I was gonna say, man, that charged up heavy punch is so hard. Oh, wait. It's so dangerous too, man. I love that. The punish counter coming in from Shuto, the corner carry, Superman punch afterwards. You gotta hold that plus frames. Where are you going? Uh-oh.
Okay, pulls with the armor. He's out of there. Careful on the bar, not looking so healthy. Either is your life. One hit, it'll be it. The jab wasn't able to link. Look at the sledgehammer knockdown.
No
what a
shot.
Hit
no
a modern
shot.
man.
He had that counter poke. After 2 lights, he knew he was in range to get a crouch jab counter poke, and it hit. And it hit. To be fair, if it's kind of an option select. If Momochi had not pressed the button, the normal from Shuto wouldn't have connected. But damn, that was kind of sick.
That was dope. Modern man. Modern problems require modern solutions. All evened out right here.
Yeah.
All right, gets the
as much as I would
drive
love
rush,
to
what are you going
attribute that
for?
to like that being like confirmed, it was more so like an option select against like the light pressure, right, from further out. Oh, don't get the command grab there.
Oh, called it out, gets a throw. When Mochi has the corner pressure, it definitely looks like it's very difficult here for Shuto, but when he's lacking these whiffs, like stand heavy kick and things like that, Shuto's able to answer back, and again, her damage, even in modern, is still ridiculous. Nice neutral jump though, denying the Superman punch from coming through.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Just the awareness overall from Shuto has been amazing, man. The command grab again against Momochi. That's one of the hardest things to kind of try to anticipate from Marisa, right? That's not reactable in most cases. Look, again, I'm telling you, man. Shuto's found it.
Oh no, he ain't lying. When it comes to modern, I think it's gonna be blocked, punished, dying on some dirt again, seconds. Leading things out, game to game, round to round right now.
He's getting real. Oh my God! Yeah, so that's we get it. We get it. You're that guy. You're that guy. Reversal
that guy.
in between the string. Shuto is feeling it, and also that. Oh no, not again. He's gonna go for another command grab up close. No, he's chilling. Oh, and there's too much on the mental stack, St. Cola. There's way too much on the mental of Shinobism zone.
Not over yet though. Mochi routed back, the return over seat. Right. DP ender, tech, those not connect. Shuto forcing him to back up, knowing that one hit into something is going to be it. However, Mochi with the Jinrai kicks. DP ender, double the damage too. One hit and you're through. Let me see that CA.
Oh, that's it.
Confirm. There it is. Finish it. Doesn't even need the bar at the bottom. He's going to spin to win.
Sit down and shut up! It's Momochi firing right back with the full answer against Shuto. Now, it's not the end, right? It's going to be 3 out of 5 here in the anchor matches between Shuto and Momochi. We're going right back into the swing of it. Modern Shuto using that Marisa versus Shinobism zone. Momochi with the Ken. Again, this is so hectic right now.
Absolutely. The swings, the turnarounds have definitely been difficult. You see that Marisa definitely suffers up in the corner, as every character does against Ken, but with punish, calls out, actually gets a punish, I'm sorry, against the Gladius, the stand fierce. Ready for that option. Shuto's been trying to use that to leave the corner. We'll try to use this, and we'll get the parry into the command grab.
Situation is going to be so tough. It's going to be a great time for Shuto to kind of walk up. Man, that target combo 2 and the punish counter, thinking the throw was going to be there. No, sir. He was waiting for it. You're dead. Doing a Kairos. Set him up.
Now sit him down. It's not looking so good here. As, again, on offense, Shuto's been doing a great job. Doing a great job getting right back in the match. And now, as soon as I say that, Momochi has put him back in the corner. We skipped a few steps, but Shuto getting around. Neutral jump denies the normal. The Tatsu's applied here up in the corner.
And it's so tough too. Yeah, look, Shuto is trying to slowly acclimate himself out of the corner. And you know what? Momochi's gonna give it to him. Man, I see the ideas of trying to whiff punish the Gladius. It's so difficult sometimes, man. That's a big punish counter on the way over too.
Think much of a follow-up though, but still, Mochi taking it nice and easy. The neutral jumps are coming through hot and heavy. He is so ready for these advancements. Either it's like drive rush stand fierce or stand fierce in general, Gladius, or any other button. These neutral jumps have been ruling a lot of the neutral. Maybe drive rush crouch fierce might work out. I'm not sure what Shuto can do, and that's gonna go through the armor.
I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Instead of trying to opt with like any sort of parries or even guessing it, I love the option of just blasting through with the Dragon Lash Super. That level 1, again, having that invincibility on it is going to be more than enough to fight and contest against Gladius.
See him again working on that range. The command grab though. Ooh. Off in the corner. Closer and closer. That level 3 pulsing. Waiting to be used later on.
You can see him buffering away too, like he's using that crouching medium punch as a way to kind of like counter poke majority of the time. Momochi's kind of like chilled out on that. He's looking for some of the big whiff punches. Damn! Again with the counter poke crouch jab, buffered into the level 3 super. Damn!
Mochi up in the corner, damn near in burnout. Oh, here's the pickup. Sledgehammer, crouch fierce pickup. Look at the Magnum Buster. That could have been it. Back him up, he's in burnout. Game to win, and he'll get the W.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this back and forth. The call out there from Shuto. The Superman punch against one of the 4 horsemen. Again, that low medium kick could have spelled so much trouble. It could have spelled death, but man, great anticipation from Shuto. This is a hell of a match.
Oh, this is fantastic. I love seeing the acclamations from both cats. Driver burst coming through from Shuto once again. Hasn't been baited and punished just yet, and it's a decent option. You know what you're going for. The other person hasn't responded to as well. I feel like as this game gets more and more in depth with the meta, we'll see it more and more in terms of like certain normals and things like that. But right now, I see Magnum Busters and Supermans. A Magnum Buster again. Impact Splat.
Oh, that's so dangerous, man. You're leaving Momochi in a constant guessing game of whether or not we're gonna get back heavy punch or if we're gonna get command grab, right? That's been, I feel like, the totality of what's happened in the corner against Momochi. There it is. Yeah, the low. You still have follow-ups to look out for, man.
The pushback, now the command grab, throwing everything on the menu. If you like a little bit of dirt, gets a follow-up. This is gonna hurt. Magnum Buster, Gladius, the bar at the bottom. Magnum Buster again, that's the win. Modern Shuto takes it over Momochi.
Not gonna lie to you, man. We have to talk about that sequence. We got to talk about why he got so much out of that corner and why he was so successful with the back heavy punch. It was the setup with the command grab. Plain and simple. He conditioned Momochi multiple times over with that command grab in the previous games, and it led to that very moment, man. Shuto had the entire plan from the get-go. So well done.
Shuto showcasing what modern Marisa can do, and there are detriments to that. You have your damage nerfs if you don't dial out the specials and the supers, but you do have your benefit of being able to react. And maybe being able to go in that stance with a quickness and react a little bit quicker on defense and also on offense, maybe help lead to that, so you can set up shop for this stuff and maybe not have that mental stack to dial out the specials and things like that. Now I don't have to dial out, back punch or forward punch, whatever for the specials. I can just do them with a flick of a wrist. All right. It still takes a lot of commitment to run modern Marisa. You're lacking in certain buttons. You're lacking in like that drive rush lows and things like that. So there's things that you don't have, but he found a way to play. Dang, taking down Momochi. Shuto.
Yeah. I don't think y'all understand fully how the modern mechanic works, but I'm gonna leave y'all to squabble in the chat for that one. Oh, we'll get to hear Sasamo kind of talk about his team as well. I would have loved to watch Sasamo play. He's done a lot of training too. He's done the full pilgrimage of traveling over to Daigo as well to face him off in a full exhibition prior to like anything big happening too. So that was really fun to watch. But overall, man, they gotta be feeling real good about themselves. Saishunkan, Seoul, Kumamoto, man, it's Shuto and Higuchi leading the pack yet again. While Nemo again, he had a slight struggle. And speaking of Nemo, we do get the big camera. Having him on the main screen, but yeah, man, he's starting to figure it out. I think
it was the season goes on. Of course, we're only in the first month plus a week of things, but seeing Higuchi and Shuto start off strong is real good here for Saishunkan. So Kumamoto, we're getting some words from him. Nemo, I should say, real soon. Sasso said he was the one watching, but he expects to play next. So if you're a DJ fan, make sure you tune in next episode. Sasso will be up on actually not next episode, but whatever episode they come through to watch Sasamo play. He is fantastic on the DJ.
そうですね。いやでもやっぱりなんだろう。僕も今回のリーグが初めてそのスト6での大会だったんで、マノンっていうキャラクターのワンチャン力、爆発力っていうところにすごいドキドキはしてたんですけど、本当にスト5からの相棒のねガイルと一緒に落ち着いて勝ててめちゃくちゃ良かったなと思いますね。
しかも
あと、
はい、どうぞ。
すみません。今回この心強い3人と一緒に、練習したりとか話し合いしたりとかできて、今年も楽しい旅ができそうだなと思うので、ちょっとみんなで頑張りたいなと思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。さあ、そして大将戦、凄まじい試合でした。シュート選手。
So we are working on the modern translation also. If we had a button to kind of translate it, we would. We'd have a 4-button layout to translate 1 button per person. That's just not how it goes. We are trying to get it real time as soon as we can, as Shuto gets ready to say his piece as well.
At least with Shuto, we heard previously that he's going to start the match ASAP. He definitely played with that confidence, so definitely seemed like he wanted to get in the match, get a W. Shuto has said he's been playing personally, so we've seen Shuto grind quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
always consistently.
He's definitely been playing personally.
はい、ありがとうございます。さあ、そしてですね、最後に、リーダーネモ選手。この1試合目を終えて、次節に向けての意気込み。
Okay. He says Marisa is awesome and super strong, as we see, and we see it at Rebel Kumite. But of course, it takes a strong competitor to pull out the strengths of this character, though.
絶対に対策して勝ちをもぎ取ろうと思います。
もう楽しみになってきましたね。はい、というところで、はい、じゃあそれではですね、まずは勝利おめでとうございました。最瞬間それ熊本の皆さんでした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
So a lot has been said, really, in regards to the post-game interview. We're not necessarily able to capture all of it. Our apologies, our sincerest apologies for that, because I also, Sinkola and I always want to know what's being talked about for the post-game interview. Most of the time, if it's anything that I remember from Street Fighter League Japan, previous seasons for Street Fighter 5, Higuchi would be like, yeah, man, I tried to implement all of the things I practice and win. That's just how it goes. But Nemo, he said, says the next match will be a character I can't stand. We'll work on a strategy to win. We do have the actual translations here. We talk about the used characters at the very top. Obviously, Marisa versus Ken, and of course the 3 and 2 out of the best of 5 for this one. The anti-air percentage 25%. You talk about monitor controls. Look at that. Where's the reaction to that, right? It's 25%. It should be 100, right? However, Invincible wake up 100% from the side of Shuto, Tech Throw. You know, I don't even know how that. Let's dial it back a bit. Seikola, how can we constitute invincible reversals for Marisa outside of Super Art, right? I'm kind of curious about that stat. I need to know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I feel like it'd be
to know.
super. Like
Yeah,
just be
I think
super,
so,
but
right?
yeah,
because her Democyrus doesn't have invincibility like that. It's not like a traditional Dragon Punch. Her Gladius doesn't work that way. Quadriga, Superman Punch, etc. None of those. I'm kind of curious. It had to.
yeah.
You know what? Don't worry about it. Anyways, the rest of it was text throws text percentage and also drive impact usage. That's a huge one, right? The addition of drive impact being a percentage is really, really huge.
Let's see how it evolves throughout. But we're not done with these matches. Once again, we're going to have another match coming up. The previous winners of not only Street Fighter League Japan, but the World Championships last year, Good 8 Squad comes back up on the deck to fight the new kids on the block, Cyclops Athlete Gaming Osaka. But right now, I wish I had those right now. I ain't gonna lie, my eyes are hella red right now. I would love to have the clarity from these eye drops. I hear they burn, but in the good way.
Wait. Red because of why? Is there something you're not telling me, man?
Sleep.
Is there some sort of habit you picked up? Why
Yeah, the habit of not sleeping.
What are you trying? What are you implying, man?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? The habit of not sleeping, my friend. Got up at 3 a.m. to watch Street Fighter 6.
I'm just trying to make it as loud and clear as possible. Speaking of clear, I don't know what that is, but I'll tell you what, it's probably some skincare regimen that you might want to include in your daily rituals, man. You try to keep it as clear as possible. Clear for men. Out now, all over Japan. If you want some clear skin like Guile, Dawson, even Blanca, he has to take care of his skin, especially in the jungle, because mosquitoes are busted. That's a problem. But what isn't is getting yourself some clear for men. Man, they gotta, I'm telling you, man, they gotta have us on these ad campaigns, because I have no idea what clear is, but I can just make it up and make it sound great, you know what I'm saying?
Actually, it's shampoo. So it is. So I might have to take the advantage on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't take advantage of it. What am I gonna clear up? My scalp? Come on, son. What? I can't use it.
Hey, that's all.
I cannot. It's shampoo. Come on, guys. I can't use that.
That's brutal. Why'd they do that to us?
Brutal. Yeah, let's have the bald guy talk about the shampoo. Yeah. Great job, production. I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Nice work.
Man. Well, somebody's going to get washed up this next match. It's going to be Good 8 Squad versus Cyclops Athlete Gaming. Coming up after this break. Don't go anywhere. We have more Street Fighter 6 for all of you.
番組の中でご紹介させていただきますので、ぜひよろしくお願いいたします。そして YouTube、Twitch の各チャンネル登録、Twitter のフォローもよろしくお願いいたします。さらに YouTube の高評価、グッドボタンもお願いいたします。さて、この後は試合準備のために休憩に入らせていただきます。21時19分から、マッチ3グッド8スクワット VS サイクロプスアスリートゲーミング大阪、こちらの試合をお届けしてまいります。お楽しみに。それでは一旦失礼いたします。
Advanced Artificial Intelligence Leviathan. Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
Reporting to you back from the International Space Station. My name is Vicious, back at it again with Seikola. We've got matchup number 3 coming to you live for Street Fighter League Japan Season 6. Let's get to it. It's Good 8 Squad, the returning champs. You already know what to expect, but in case you don't, starting things off, it's Tachikawa, the battle consultant, but much more than that, he's a juryman. Coming up right after that, we got another one. It's Bugera, the Cosmic Buster. Not with Balrog though, but with jury as well. And of course, we're not the singularity. It is Kawano with his main loop. Very much so excited to see it. And of course, Capcom Cup champion, the honest hero, coming in with a little bit of honesty. That's Manon.
Let's see how honest he plays with that character. With that grappler who has been dangerous, they're going to have to go up against Cyclops Athlete Gaming Osaka, the new kids on the block, multi-game champion specialist, and actually a trade of the cause, Dogra, who has went back to his team. First off, it's the one loved back by fighting games himself, Kazunoko. The GOAT with that scanny candy play. Dogra, the wind that made a pact to never lose. He forgot what the L means. Dogra back with Cyclops. And here's the theoretical value that has risen. Fin-Riddy, Fin-Rich, or Fin-Liddy, depending on how you flow. And the last one to come up, the extraordinaire Goichi with the Honda and the Luke. Either way, he is deadly. Always staying steady. This team is the newest addition to Street Fighter League, and boy, do I think they are going to give some nasty surprises out to the competitors.
This, I mean to show absolutely no bias, but when I saw this team announced, I immediately went to Dogra's channel, I went to Dogra's stream, I said, man, your team is broken. He stopped and he went, thank you very much. And then continued to play a different game. But anyways, my man, do you understand the caliber of players that are on both teams right now? You have the returning champs from Good Ape Squad, absolutely competent in the world of Street Fighter. Then you have multi-game specialists. Think about that statement, right? Multi-game specialists coming in from Team Cyclops Athlete Gaming Osaka. This right here could potentially be what's to come in playoffs. This right here is playoff material. But looking at it right now, who is up on deck? Gachiku, the captain, going up against the other captain. It's Goichi. Now, people might ask, isn't Dogra the captain? As it is listed right now, it seems to be Goichi leading the pack for Cyclops. But that's still up for grabs. I feel like every one of these guys on Cyclops could be a captain. Same works for Good Ape Squad, right?
And with Good Ape Squad, you look at Tachikawa, from what I've heard from Doc, he said that Tachikawa was taking more of like a coaching role throughout his time in the FGC right now lately, and I want to see that coaching aspect being brought to Street Fighter League. I'm sure he'll be just as fine when he comes to putting hands on the sticks as it is with teaching. But I do think that's going to definitely help out in a lot of these league situations. Back to Cyclops though. We got to be real. Multi-game champions out here can be ridiculous. We already saw Goichi do a lot of work over at Rebel Kumite Japan qualifiers, already being a huge threat with not only with the Honda but with the Luke. His buffer rate with stand light kick changed the game for a lot of people. Even when they were playing the demo, people were like, bro, this is what you do with this character. With the meta, you buffer light kick and the drive rush right after it, and you get these nasty converts. Like, that's a dangerous butt for this character. Goichi has always been a threat. He's back with Street Fighter, back full time, back on Cyclops. This is, like you said, a premier match already right off the bat.
Man, I gotta say, this is an all-star lineup. Listen, man, if you've been watching fighting games for as long as like some of us have, like, it's crazy. This is truly an all-star match between these two titans, man. You are about to experience some of the sickest Street Fighter that we could ever ask for just in this matchup alone. So, Mano is gonna be the choice for the honest hero Gachikun. On the other hand, we're gonna see the big Luke coming in from Goichi, and this character has been practiced since the demo. That is correct. This guy, Goichi, has been doing non-stop streaming of this character, traveling over to face off against Daigo, and that is quite the trek. I gotta say, man, this is gonna be the ultimate test. Goichi has also kind of acclimated himself as the new CPU. I've talked to, Goichi about this on his own stream. I've been following him for quite some time. He does respond in English every so often. But, man, we talk about Fujimura being a robot. Goichi was the programmer.
Yes. Goichi definitely has showcased what the meta was in the early parts of the demo. We've seen people train with him, and it's not even just the Luke. He's got the Honda. I think the Luke is just fine in this matchup. I think Luke is fantastic. Yes. She can't even spin. The idea of spinning the fireball is just not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. And that mid-range game that she wants to play with, like standing heavy kick, not going to work out. He's got standing medium punch, and those light kick buffers are ridiculous. Gachikun, we saw him maybe not do as much work as he wanted at Rebel Kumite. Same sort of style with Tokido to be like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is the level that I'm at. I have to exceed that. I have to go further, especially especially with what I see worldwide, and bring that back to League. I hope that has gotten him more established with Manon, and I guess later on with Rashid when he gets a chance to play that character. But for right now, it's going to be Manon versus Luke. He's going to have to run with this character all the way until that is available for him.
Right, that is going to be the decision. Despite Goichi being very much so competent with Honda, we did see him play that character in the exhibition alongside teammate Dogura, who was also a teammate for that exhibition against some of the players from, I think it was like China as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. One of the big Twitter clips was, Xiaohai trying to react to headbutts. And he wasn't able to once Goichi decided to start throwing out pierces with courtesy of his teammate Dogura. Yeah, again, here we go. The first game, what a bust out already. The punish counter already too.
Impressive, he's getting the trades though. Not that bad here. Saishunkan walks himself outside that corner. Like Luke has similar pressure that he had in 5, in 6 with that corner pressure, drive rush down, touch medium punch. He obviously has to throw loops, and he obviously has a lot of damage. He pumped out the charge combos. Chaser, did he block? Yes, sir. We waited bait. Easy bait out there.
Man, that is pretty optimal. I will say, I think there's a little bit more he could have possibly done on a punish to get like a full like flash knuckle combo, but he wasn't in the corner, so a little bit tough. Maybe he could have gone into like sand blaster uppercut finisher, but him spending the meter for it to ensure it, we totally accept that. Considering Gachiku and Wizard Bar on his wake up. And now it's going to be Gachiku in full control, run theirs, bring up that metal level to 2.
Harass him in the back, Fierce gets a punish counter, follow, crescent kick, lands a command grab right after. Metal level 3, the anti-air's right there.
Perfect, KO!
So much force. Uh-oh. Brown start looking fantastic, punish counter. Flashed up a combo up in the corner. With the parries there. Stays away from the impact.
What a gas too. Ugh. Level 3 damage. Onto level 4 now. The jump in is just raw! Oh, that could have been so much bigger, and the perfect parry against the overhead drive rush. Now really Gachiku in full control. Yes, sir. The big confirm off of the big medium. Back to the target combo.
Burnout.
Oh, that's huge!
A jump. That's gonna be the win. Vicious, we're going to Memphis. Ooh.
No, not today. He's going all the way. That's critical art.
Ooh.
I wish he said it. I wish he said it for both, man. Level 3 and critical art. Yeah. But in this point, he's like, just stay down, and he just puts you through the concrete. Yeah, a full serving of fist to concrete.
Delicious and delicious, but deadly right now is Goichi. Even with some mistakes that Gachiku just did not capitalize. He's been really good about these charge combos. However, perfect parry to drive rush, gets a command grab, skill damage, but you're just getting that command grab off to get yourself closer to that win condition where this character lands the impact.
Huh, interesting. So he goes for the walk up to fill up his drive gauge afterwards and opts to go for the reverse combo finisher, which isn't too bad at all. I love that, man. And yes, sir, punish counter. Gets another reverse. Level 4 metal. Watch out for the grabs in the next round because I think he's just going to be going for strike. We might see, I can't tell if it's a perfect on his side, but I don't think so. It is! Oh, it's going to be a perfect!
It is. Ooh, dominant. Gachiku sticking to you like glue. And this is what we've seen from his Rashid previously. We've seen elements of that in Manon. He's got pretty decent neutral, so it makes sense. We've seen these buttons come through. Water pressure's been fantastic too. There's the command grab you're talking about, level 5.
Man, this is gonna be a lot of damage. You literally just take 2 of those grabs and it's over. He's forcing the jump. He got it. He got it out of him. He get the anti-air. The jump back from Goichi though. Off with a second one. Yes, sir. Heavy into. Now we're going somewhere. You took the wrong guy to Memphis.
We gotta change that. Finds the cross up, jumping medium kick. Oh, nice jump. Being denied with the crouch fierce right there. Get that grip. Find the medium. Yeah, it's over.
Oh, it's karaoke night.
Right, more than enough.
You already know what it is, chat. Let me see the la 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 chat.
Sing to me. Sing to me.
Hit the music.
No off the meta here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Excellent work from Gotsuku. Regardless, again, full control of the situations, right? That he gets to kind of dictate, right? He starts things off by intimidating you in the corner with some of that command grabs, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna force movement from Goichi and punish him accordingly, so that, until he gets kind of comfortable. Whether or not Goichi actually does decide to get comfortable, it's Gotsuku who's mostly reacting to what Goichi's kind of presenting, which has been phenomenal, right? I think Manon can do a very good job of containing like jump out options, trying to counter poke. She doesn't have to go for the command grab every time, and Gotsuku's kind of shown that example, shown that exact statement to be true.
The idea of it is painful enough, right? You catch people slipping because you think they be gripping, but it's not like that. They try to hold north and take him south with the crouch fierce. We even saw him back up for that crouch fierce continuously. It didn't always work out, but the idea is there enough where it took enough damage. It's sticking to him in the corner continuously, challenging every time he tried to leave with like stand medium punch, and then going into drive rush with conversions to as well, whether it be in the corner or mid screen, allows him to stay solid, allows us to get this final game between the two. Already finds a jump in the switch here from Goichi. I'm going to be honest, I'm not seeing the Chun-Li. This is the first time I'm seeing the Chun-Li in a series setting.
He's been picking up this character for like a couple of days, but it's always been something that like he's had in the back pocket. I don't know how often he's shown it off on stream, but on CFN you could definitely check it out. But going into it right now, yeah, just at the wall too, we get the strike. Yes, afterwards, you already know. Run there to level 3, make it a level 4. Yes, sir. You got the full entree with some extra sides. Go on, girl.
Gotsuku about to go with his bad self. All right, nice. Gets the pick up for the drive rush. Back rise into super. Gets the side switch. We're talking about this being so imperative for this character. Backs up for the anti-air too as well with the crouch fears. Kills him in the corner.
So tough, trying to neutral jump against Manon? Nah, son. Give me that here. Forward throw. Trying to fix the comfort Goichi. Trying to follow behind the fireball, I get it, but no, sir! That is invincible. Punish counter against Goichi. Super hard level 1. That jump is huge.
Again.
We're gonna be dead. Man, this Lady Gaga character, I gotta say, man, I'm really happy for her. But what does she know about cameras? I love all the Lady Gaga songs, but what does she know about street fighting? It's crazy. Actually crazy.
Oh, Gotsuku after playing Oil King said never again, bro. Never again against this character. Had too much time to fight Chun-Li, especially after fighting Oil King. I'm sure they played afterwards. And also, we didn't really see the things that Oil King did against, you know, Gotsuku. Like using the fireball and following up behind it with drive rush is actually a good way to jail in Manon. She can't go for the spin. If you try, you get punished. And you've got good neutral and normals to deal with this character, but it just wasn't enough here. Maybe if Gotsuku, or Goichi had went with that character previously, maybe it would have worked better, but then again, I don't know, because we've seen Gotsuku already have that experience, and coming from Rebel Kumite empowered him to get that W. Gotsuku moves on.
Yeah, I don't think either choice would have been, or I don't think either choice currently is a bad choice against Manon. I think both Luke and Chun-Li can combat that character pretty well. To be able to kind of control what she's trying to do. I think Luke occupies a lot of that space. I think Chun-Li can do that in similar, very similar regard. In terms of like counter poking, just kind of forcing the agenda. But it's Gotsuku, man. It's Gotsuku's understanding of the matchup and knowing exactly where to be to force uncomfortable spacing. I think, you know, we saw a lot of erroneous movement coming from Goichi. You had mentioned it earlier, right? I think there's a lot of options where, or moments where Goichi had opted to kind of like move in places where he shouldn't, or even neutral jump where he shouldn't. So I think that's a lot to kind of look into for the preliminary stage of Street Fighter League. So a lot to digest, I think, from both ends. But looking at it again, we talk about the anti-air percentage, 50% from the side of Gachikun compared to Goichi's 33. We got the throws, perhaps. We'll figure that out specifically. But anyways, tech throws 50%, and of course the drive impact 2 for 2 from Gachikun.
100% slipped in there. Goichi not able to land any drive impacts. Unfortunate on his side of things, but just Gachikun too ready and too sticky with this character. I think that confidence that he had with Rashid, we see it with this character. And even when he switched characters, still strong, you know. It's not just Rashid that carried him to victory. It's his own skill that got him the Capcom Cup champion. Now let's see who comes up next. Already such a strong start here for Good 8 squad, taking down Goichi, the captain. That's got to be a big statement. Like, you bring up your captain to go off at the bat, take it down, points already on the side, but it looks like it's going to be Tachikawa, Luke Modern versus Finriddy, JP Classic, another modern player.
Come on, man.
Oh, excited, chat?
You got to put some respect on his name, brother. That is Finriddy, brother. He is litty for sure. So, this is a big surprise. Modern Luke, man. Chat's already revving up their engines, man. They're getting their typing fingers. Everybody in chat's like, yeah, here we go. This is the one. But the bigger surprise for me is Tachikawa stepping up to the plate. You had mentioned he had taken more of a backseat towards being the battle consultant. He had titled himself battle consultant in the intros. We didn't make that up, by the way. I'm kind of curious to see what the reasoning is as to putting Tachikawa up there. So I'm wondering. I haven't actually seen a lot of Tachikawa streams lately. You might have. I actually haven't seen a lot of his CFN matches. But Modern Luke seems to be in business. One of the big names that we kind of like to toss around in at least the Western audience is Soul VNG, one of the proponents of Modern Luke. He's made that character work very well for himself with numerous top 8 appearances at locals. But we'll see how that translates here in Japan. I'm very, very curious about that. I'm also very curious about Fenrich, man.
Let's see what he does out here. Again, coming out the Street Fighter, it'll be a sick thing to see. JP on the Classic too as well. But back to Tachikawa, you know, there is Kumamoto who's also using Modern. Tokido had said at Rebel Kumite that Kumamoto is sticking with Modern Luke, so they see something in this character, in this Modern edition. Maybe it's being able to react to, you know, like ghost pressure. Maybe will work out better here. You know, obviously they couldn't pick against his character, but they believe that being able to have easier reactions with DPs, supers, and things like that is a benefit. Even though you're losing stand medium kick, which is a good drive cage killer, stand light kick that we saw is a great buffer into drive rush right after. You're losing these fantastic buttons to have better reactions and scale damage, obviously, too, as well. So there's something that Tachikawa sees. He is a coach. Tachikawa says he'll try to make an impact, and Finriddy says he's just very happy to join Street Fighter League. He's just happy to be here. He's trying his best to make the team win. It's a dangerous dude. A dude that's happy to just have fun playing the game. It's a dangerous cat, bro.
Yeah, man. What's kind of wild when you think about the timelines here, so Tachikawa on the left, this is me kind of breaking the fourth wall. This one right here is for Troy the Second, right? This guy right here, this is Tachikawa of anime fame, right? This guy has played numerous anime fighters and has done really, really well for himself. On the other hand, from the other side of Cyclops, that is Fenrich, also an anime fighting game god, right? What's funny about this is that both of these players, the last time I've seen them actually play against each other was in a different anime title. So this is kind of like a sort of reunion. Like, you know, Fenrich, he's technically like a new kid on the block. Tachikawa, he's already had a seat at the throne before here in Street Fighter League. So seeing this kind of face off again is a really, really great full circle moment in my opinion. So I think this is going to be super cool. Really excited to see it overall because there's a lot of lore even outside of the realm of Street Fighter between Tachikawa and Fenrich.
Inside the lore of Street Fighter, inside the lore of Street Fighter League, production reminded us that Tachikawa hasn't won any match in 2 years. I'm sorry, 2 years ago when he did debut in Street Fighter League. It's his time to shine. There's a lot on the line right now, only for the team and the pride. Modern Luke, Tachikawa getting in with the throw.
The idea of too. You notice how they kind of stopped after like the tip throw instead of going into a full like chain block string up the lights. One, they don't want to be susceptible to the counter poke, but two, I feel like they're trying to like maybe perfect parry as well. We saw it a little bit earlier from Fenrich, but going into it right now, again, the sweeps paying off dividends for Fenrich, at least trying to keep Tachikawa at least away for a bit, but a little problematic. Yes, sir, the sweep coming on in.
Full
punish, yes, sir.
Rushes in. It's a fault for the Pierce. Sets up the departure. For a teleport. Actually goes over the overhead. Block. ODDP. Block, punish.
Dang, somebody in the chat got me good. Somebody said JP stands for Joe Pop. You got me real good. That's pretty good. All right, so yeah, again, we talked about departure being very important. Man, the punish counter all the way in. This guy Tachikawa zooming.
Again, opening with that crouching meter kick drive rush. And Raiden trying to get that low. Is that gonna be a punish? Yes, it is.
I love that. Is that modern control damage? I couldn't really tell because it was punish counter. Oh, on the wall. Yes, sir. Man, I love that juggle. Yo, Tachikawa optimal. Shout out to Yikes again. Oh boy.
3. Let's see. CA. God, this is so cool. The crush right there, but Tachikawa still has a fat lead right here. Not a lot of bar, but this is the Baron of Burnout. There's one person that can make it hurt. It's this character, but the medium punch and the super to seal the deal.
Damn. This guy was hella buffering. Did you see that? The standing medium punch covering so much ground, buffered with a level 1 super art. That's pretty good. Like, no matter modern or classic, you're doing that regardless. That is such a good strategy for counter poking. That's not even just modern control. You could do that in classic too.
Yeah. Definitely doable. There's the back throw though. Now gets the overhead. Finn really hasn't really been able to get a lot of things started. Like drive rush crouching meter kicks haven't really led to much. I haven't really seen that like full screen pressure play beside of Finn Brady just yet. Tachikawa's had a lot of answers. Crosscut DP immediately. Amnesia finally coming through. OD addition. Find the follow-up. Drive rush forward. Heavy kick.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was mad unfortunate. I feel like for Fenrich. But hey, still manages to recover. Gets around on the board against Tachikawa. I feel like, again, Tachikawa's been an absolute nut on Wake Up, right? He has just been jumping out. He's been choosing movement. He's like, I don't want to resort to violence. I just want to get out of the corner.
It'll feel good here. The Street Fighter 6, so I definitely get it. Punish counter on the whip throw off the backboard. Charged up with at least the medium. Didn't get the light, but still. MMA would play with the throw. Perfect parry. Just wants to push him back, and that's fine. Actually spins level 1. Oh, to get the burnout. You're so smart, Finn Riddy. Good awareness of that bar. Now you're in burnout level 2.
That's perfect. Yeah, you're draining so much of that life. He doesn't even care if you're slowly building up your drive gauge, because from this range, that's exactly where JP wants to be regardless. That's huge. Yeah, he sets up the departure to bait Tachikawa into moving towards the corner and TPing out of there. He is so smart for that. Fenrich on another level. Very, very common tactic actually from JP.
Switch the sides. However, oh, no anti right there. The jump in, that's a fat one. Level 2. That sick mix. Departure. It appears. Right up in the corner. Full screen. Tachikawa has to play perfectly to get in. Has to parry and drive rush in.
And it's so smart. He puts it right above him. Considering where Tachikawa is on the screen, that could be so detrimental if he puts the departure too far out and he gets a punish or something like that too. So again, Tachikawa is being meticulous. Watch out for the modern reactions. No, sir. Oh my god. Jump medium punch the god. That normal is an abomination. I'll call it, man. That normal is bad far.
It's ridiculous. It's such a great jump back tool, an air-to-air tool as well. Like, but back to Finn Brady, bro, how the way he plays is, it's so lame. I've not seen a style of JP like this besides him. Like, He's willing to wait it out and do those same things that you pointed out. Close range departure. So if you try to drive rush in, I'll just get the jump out side switch. We haven't really seen perfect anti-airs from the side of Tachikawa despite being on modern. And I like this lane play that just frustrates you. You just want to get in and start your oppression, but it's not happening in the second game. We'll see how things go this round, this next round coming down here. But the way Finridi's playing, it's annoying.
Yeah, no doubt. Even despite Tachikawa choosing defensive maneuvers out of the corner, he was slightly successful. But again, these guys are both anime cats, right? They know exactly what to do in regards to heavy movement defensive maneuvering. So they know exactly how to recollect themselves. And Fenrich has proven to be the better man. Now, we're also slowly starting to see the duality of modern controls, right? Despite having those types of reactions, what happens if, you know, things are left airtight? Like, what are you going to do against somebody who's not even giving you those types of opportunities to get some of your big buffers in, or even, like, get your reactions in? Like, when Fenrich is playing, there hasn't been a lot of moments where he would slip up and get punished with a super art level 1 modern style. So, yeah, we're slowly starting to see that duality of how beneficial modern can be, and how, you know, and also how modern could just be like just another game. It's just another way to play. It's very interesting to see in the hands of multiple players.
Spots the DP there, but I definitely want to see what would happen if, like, he would have the stand medium kick to kind of walk this character down. We'll call up the initiate. We'll get a punish counter throw, nothing big, but still quite a bit of damage on that punish counter at least. Has to walk down with crouching medium kick. Has to utilize that button instead of like stand medium kick. Back to full screen. No crouch pierce anti-air.
I mean, I think he was trying to go for like the perfect parry. Hence we saw the blue flash coming in from Fenrich, because it's gonna be so great for Fenrich, setting up the departure. Yes, sir. And I love the medium spike too to kind of prevent Luke from advancing. That's so smart, Fenrich. Oh man, he's so smart with it. Yo, Tachikawa taking the risk of trying to parry again the drive rush against Fenrich, but the throw just blowing him up. Looking at match point now.
OD Pierce, departures out and about. And lockdown pressure again. OD Fireball, yeah, get in. Start your pressure up in this corner. Drive rush, this is the throw. Finridi's backing him up in level 3 immediately to get a lead. This will allow Finridi to play that lame game that he'd like to do, that frustrating game. It's been so painful. It's Tachikawa, damn near in burnout. Here's the bust out though of the drive impact on wake up.
Man, I think he missed his opportunity to possibly like drive back, but we're all the way to Memphis now. Crosscut is there. Damn! No shot. That was a full punish counter. That was actually kind of sick. I have never seen that kind of punish counter before using, what was that, medium knuckle? That, I'm stealing that. That's mad sick. I will say, okay, that was definitely some modern controls. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of nasty.
Look at him winding down that bar. This out of Finridi. Let's get the knockdown. There's follow up though. There's the crouch pierce anti-air to fake out. Maybe looking for a DP, possibly. He'll wait on a DP. Still Finridi now. Back in the lead, level 2. Getting activated at any point.
Oh, not quite the burnout he was looking for. Level 2 activated. He can't parry any of these. He has to go. Yes! I love the stoppage there from Tachikawa. He burns himself out for this very moment, though. He's not going to level 1 just yet. It's Fenrich building back the meter. That's not going to be a punish. Oh, it is a punish counter, excuse me. But Tachikawa does have the slight life lead. He could react, and I love it. Punish counter. This guy's insane. This guy's actually insane. So what's cool about that, no matter what happens, even if he didn't finish the combo, the block would have, the Super Art 1 would have chipped regardless because he was going to be in burnout. That was actually a quick thinking from Tachikawa. Even if he didn't want to like go with the combo, that's kind of cheeky, man. That was very, very nice.
It's next level. Doesn't matter if it's modern or classic. We'll do it regardless. And Tachikawa finally earns a game. It's been some years, but out here, Street Fighter League, he gets his first victory. I know he is definitely feeling it. Finridi's like, bro, what happened? Modern players are that strong? I do want to say that if you are playing Street Fighter, you have to flab out modern matchups. It's going to be a thing these players are going to have to look out for.
かなり難しい局面でしたね。
ハメコズ愛案件ですね。
チェックして、コマ送りとかでチェックしないと。
So even more, the fact that Finn Rady tried to go for the parry and burn out because of that prior, and that again shows you how on point Tachikawa is to notice that happening immediately and get the kill.
Yeah.
これはこのデータから見
You
たら
see, like you saw the drive gauge kind of like drain from him as soon as he tried to get that parry. So that was just kind of a rough spot for Fenrich to be in. Looking at the stats, let's make use of what this actually is, right? First off, it's the character's name. Second row, it's gonna be the best of matchup score, best of 3. 2 is gonna be the points, or sorry, the matches won from the side of Tachikawa. Looking at the anti-airs, 38%, right? Modern controls, you would think it'd be a higher percentage, but again, man, depends. JP, 50% from the side of Fenrich. Looking at the invincible reversal, I'm gonna assume is the next stat, and of course tech throw and drive impact, but we'll clean it up as we go on. Again, it's only the first day, so a little bit of growing pains, as you will, as we include more stats. But looking at it right now, what are we looking at, Saikola?
Brother, is this Good 8 squad once again being super dominant? Like last season, they bled. In this previous season before that, they didn't really, right? But I was thinking with this, everything being reset.
Yo, they were dominating like throughout the majority of playoffs in 2 seasons straight, man. Like,
2 seasons.
Okay, well, 2 years ago they lost. I get that. I totally get that. But, I mean, like they would like smash everybody up like it was nobody's business, man. It was something else. But
they bled though. They bled though last season.
Yeah, they look way more human for sure. That is no joke. But can they repeat their godhood again? Can they get their membership to becoming gods again? Will they have to subscribe? We'll see how it plays out. This is the match I was looking forward to. Pugera rocket in with the DJ Kazunoko coming up to bat with the Kami, man.
This one's going to be nasty. This one's going to be fireworks. Pugera, who had been so dominant in the anchor position. So it makes sense to see him out here. Obviously with a different character, but he's been great on the DJ if you watch the stream. Great with the jury. He's got 2 picks. Kazunoko, though, back in business full-time with the Street Fighter. Really committing a lot with the Kami. And honestly, if Kazunoko's playing a character, you know she's good. We see how good she is in the hands of Punk. Pugera, see these words he's giving right now. Said Cyclops from the start in terms of the first match.
I was waiting on this too. What's really cool in regards to this particular matchup, you have a former member of the Good 8 squad, right? You have Dogura, who's part of that champion squad, who was a pivotal part of their success last season, going into the championships too. So you have a lot of knowledge coming in from that particular player, putting in all that work, and also talking about like the certain player tendencies, which goes a long way because he got real intimate in regards to the knowledge of those players. So it's going to be a very pivotal part. I think it's going to be pretty important towards the success of Team Cyclops.
That's a really good point. You take all that data that you have from last season, how they played, their training, you know, courses and stuff like that, the training sessions, and you bring it over to other teams. Dogura, you absolute wind devil. We'll see if it pays off, though. Pugera just says he's happy to face Kazunoko. Kazunoko responds that he has not experienced a team match in a long time. He's been solo on the Dolo, right? But now it's time for Street Fighter League, where he has to pair up and work for a team. The team is riding for him right now. He's in the anchor position. They try to route things back with that Kami. He's a fantastic character. I feel like this is a character that people are like, well, she doesn't really dump out damage, but level 3? I don't know. And I see the drive rush dumps that we see from like Punk and every other Kami, like Akira and such. I think she can stay up there with some of the best. Maybe not dump as much as Marisa, but she can definitely do damage. And the fact that she gets Oki without having to spin bar off of, you know, spiral arrow as per usual. Strike those fantastic. Her buttons are great. It's a great character. It fits Kazunoko's style very much with the dive kicks.
いかがですか？キャミ対 DJ になるわけですが。
で、このまず DJ ってキャラクターが今回、初めてかストリートファイターリーグ、ね、2023ではなんですけど、このキャラクターは特にやっぱりその
You know what's funny? I think DJ suits Pugera perfectly. One, because he's, I want to say pseudo charge. Right? I think there's a lot to kind of like talk about in that regard. Being able to maintain charges is going to be super important, I think, for Pugera. And also kind of like masking the charges is going to be important against the fireball game that DJ does. Now, it may not be the strongest, but it is pretty effective in certain ranges and under certain pressure sequences as well. One of the biggest things I think that makes me understand why Pugera would pick such a character is the massive damage output. I think you talk about like Balrog also dealing a ton of damage in certain sequences. That's that guy. I think that's Pugera's kind of like idea. It's like, you know what, I want to play a character where I can melt people's health bars. If it's tap, so be it. If it's DJ and just cool extensions, I'm also about that, right?
Yeah. And also, you look back at the answers that he had, he was some of the best in the business, if not the best with Balrog. And not only with the character, but just how he would anti. He'd back up for the uppers and have the right spacing. We see that also with his DJ. He knows whether to choose like back heavy kick to get the crouch heavy kick as an anti-air slide with DJ, or maybe even just the just cool anti-air too as well. He knows which ones to choose. He's well labbed out in that. I think with that spacing, those anti-airs, and that damage dealing that he does with this character, on top of the mix too as well, he's definitely going to be a threat out here. I'm excited to see this match. I'm excited to see how Kazunoko deals with it. He has different aerial approaches. He's got the dive kicks, of course, the hooligans and things like that. But when you have back heavy kick, you have, you know, stand fierce. You have crouch heavy kick. You can find follow-ups too as well. And obviously the Sobat, I forgot about that option. He has so many anti-airs. Yeah. It's going to be difficult because we're going to have to rotate a lot of options to make it ambiguous.
I'm really excited to see this, man. These two might have the potential to be like the top point earners of their team, just considering the caliber of player Kazunoko is in terms of grind time and I think early success in new Street Fighter games, even early, or even just like even like the long run. If you're looking at Kazunoko's like history, one of the biggest things that come to mind, obviously he was the Yun player, Capcom Cup champion of Street Fighter 4, the final year of Street Fighter 4. But one of the biggest things is he's learned the game so quickly. The reason why he decided to play Yun is because he wanted to skip all that neutral. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's not verbatim, but he wanted to skip all that neutral and find success as soon as he did. But man, speaking of success, I'm telling you, Pugera, he's already dealing that much damage.
He's feeling the rhythm right now. We talked about that damage being dished out, especially when the bars utilized. However, corner carry is no surprise here. Gets the impact, sneaks it in, slips it in. The DP ender. And those every so often with those jabs right after the mediums too as well. Pugera's out of there. Pushing Kazunoko back to mid-screen with the fireball suit. She does have the spin knuckle to get through, but it might be hard to call out. They're very fast air slashers. Very quick.
What a time to bust out. And not even quite burnt out yet either. There it is. Yeah, I was waiting for that jump. There we go. We're going to see the sequence. No! We tried to see a Kazunoko sneak a fast one, but again, the anti-air is there. Is this going to be enough damage, though? He's not going to build enough bar to get level 3? No, it's going to be enough damage. Throw will kill, though.
Oh. Situation. Oh,
nice interruption. The challenge. I'm loving that. OD jackknife.
Back with the crouching mini kick, but no drive rush right after it, though. Knocked outside the skies. There's those anti-airs we talked about. Air traffic control. Pugera has got it under control out here with a stand fierce punish counter follow-up. That's cool.
Damn, you are deader than dead, man. That was so quick. How many seconds are left on the clock? That's 76. This character is so sick, man.
Definitely feels good to play this character in a better light than what he was in 4.
Best thing about it is this is just the download in progress. We'll see if that's going to be an actual thing for Kazunoko. Again, these matches and the anchor spots are going to be 3 out of 5. Best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. So plenty of time. And I love that OD cannon spike.
Gets a side switch too, so you have to be careful about her running that reverse up in the corner because it puts you in the corner. Drive rush light punch hits again. 2 for 2 right now in this first round. Trey with a medium punch, gets another medium punch counter hit, caught Kazunoka pressing, quick on the draw, and makes him fall with a maximum upper. Yo, he is running all over Kazunoko.
Man, machine gun upper is definitely a big damage output special move too. And being able to link off of that in the corner to kind of reduce the scaling into level 3 is going to be a big deal. Right now, look at that. The counter hit into the, what is it, fake Sobot to kind of catch Kazunoko off guard, but he wasn't falling for that. We do see the sequence forward throw. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, forward throw. I'm still not used to the animation yet. She's like all over you, man.
Yeah. Seeing an aggressive feature like this is definitely kind of rare. I mean, Fulgara's definitely more the movement drive rush more than other, but yo, Kazunoko. Well, now there's level 3 at the bottom. I'm sorry, CA in play.
Oh man, he's tempting Kazunoko, man. Some of these fake out fireballs could possibly be the end, and that's gonna be the big confirm. Kazunoko holding it out, and I love that level 1 super to ensure the damage. And now it's all tied up, so at least in the round.
Level 3 is on deck. Let's see what happens. He's been utilizing level 3 more than anything. So much damage. Nice interruption probably coming from Kazunoko. Reaction, TK dive kick. Yo, Kazunoko getting aggressive. Nasty up in the corner, strike throw, Scammy Cammy online. Don't answer. Impact.
Man, this telemarketer is good. this telemarketer is pretty good, man. He be scamming your phones. But no, I mean, let's talk about this a little bit. This isn't a kill. Yeah, so now that is out of the way, the conditioning prior from Kazunoko has been so effective with multiple throws against Fulgara that it led to very hesitant moments from the DJ player's side, right? He didn't want to like let him throw for free, so he tried to tech. Hence the TK dive kick that you had mentioned being a really big part. Then immediately after that sequence, Kazunoko went right back to throwing. I think those are very, very important moments to set up the future games.
Look at also how he's challenging a lot of these drive rushes too continuously. Stay outside the distance, you know, laying that standing heavy kick as a punish counter, finding follow-ups, disallowing what that entry point is here for Fulgara. However, Fulgara does the same, gets a spin knuckle with the neutral jump. Drive rush, misses this back heavy kick. Unfortunate. Kazunoko trying to find a jump against the air slash.
Man, already in burnout. Cross-cut DP, you already know what it is. Drive rush forward, and he's gonna get the sequence. No, the big interruption from the light kick, still getting the Sobot afterwards. Back throw is gonna be huge for Fulgara, but now he can't necessarily throw a fireball safely as long as Cammy has a meter. Oh, that reset would have been so good for Kazu, but no, it's fine. Laying it on him again, the control in the corner. Kazunoko, yo, he's feeling it. He reeled back in his seat. He gave the gamer nod. He's like, you know what? I'm in there. I'm in there. Who got washed? What? Great.
So I'm locked in. TK again. The conditioning right now. Uh-oh. Backed up the stand light kick. Got the punish counter. Drive rush in the middle. Gets the corner carry. Nice immediate stand medium punch. Runs the Sopato raw. That heavy kick just cool. ODDP, Kazunoko not falling for it, but he's about to fall down by the end of the round. God dang, the sequencing right here.
Brother. What a confirm. Off of the stand jab into the back heavy kick. Now, I feel like you'll be doing that no matter what for a block string sequence, but to follow up afterwards appropriately, man, Fulgara's got it. He's got it, man.
Really continuously off of like most punish counters, like even that light kick drive rush right after being cognitive. However, level 3, let me get that lead. Killer B. Big sting right here, and a big lead here for Kazunoko.
Oh, that's huge. And that's such an awkward angle, too. Yeah, man. Kazunoko has figured out the right angle to take the jump approach. Now, at, I think like at those sharper kind of angles, it's kind of tough. It really is kind of tough. You'd have to slightly delay the execution of it to catch on the other side. But yeah, those angles, trying to do it a little bit early, I think your reaction will be your downfall for that scenario. We saw it, right? Pugera completely whiffing against Kazunoko at that very, very sharp angled jump leading to his downfall. So I mean, like, it's tough. You have to make that call. DJ can do it, but you have to make that split-second decision to stop and just wait till Cammy moves on over to the other side, right?
Yeah, you have all these great answers. I wonder if back heavy kick would have worked out better in that angle. Maybe it would have not corrected in the right way. If it's like that sharp an angle, would you just go for back heavy kick, or? I'm not sure. But either way, Pugera, would it be better for back heavy kick to work out in that angle as an anti-air, or like walk back heavy kick?
That's hard.
In these weird sort of angles.
That's so tough to call because her jump arc is pretty high, and you're still in fear of dive kick as well. So that's a tough call. I don't know if OD just cool would have caught. I don't know if back heavy kick would have caught successfully. There's just so many different factors, or like 2 different factors. It could have been just like a jump that's too high, or it could have been like a dive kick too. So it's hard.
It's difficult. There's the area right there, so I'll meet you in the skies. Oh, big punish on that ODDP, corner carry, the maximum upper. We talked about how that, stick that in, get a lot of damage. More than half the health.
That is a lot. That is so much. Actually, so much. Man, he had hella time.
Nice cancel.
Oh, you're dead. You're hella dead. Yeah, after the slurs with Kenzie, you're going to get the standing heavy punch into the machine gun upper. Man, Pugera slowly starting to figure out the puzzle that Kazunoko has presented earlier. And the answer is... damn. But no, I mean, look at this. The big punish counters. I think DJ does a great job of being able to contest against Cammy's normals because, again, they do have a lot of recovery on it, long reaching. But DJ also has a long reaching normal himself that punish counters. But man, here we go. Here come the throws.
Over and over again, ODDP runs it raw. Able to push Kazunoko back a bit. Trying to find more of these areas. I think that's also been helping out Pugera in some of these sequences. Drive rushes in with the medium. Level 3 immediately. The massage parlor. From the back. Now from the front.
Then you get the complete package? The full spa treatment? No! The full spa treatment, then they boot you out of the massage parlor immediately? That is some service. My guy, Pugera, tying it all up against Kazunoko. Uh-oh, but you see the stern look on the former Capcom champion, man. Kazunoko, he's slowly starting to figure out adaptamantation. Shout out to Smug. We'll see if it happens.
Rush tries to cancel. Look at these like movements that Pugera's putting in.
My bad. That is an F-wordism. My fault. My fault.
No.
That was my bad. Ooh.
See, there's this trick to that ODDP. Get that side switch. It's so dangerous. The reversal is they would put you up in the corner. Kazunoko with a chase down. Now the parry against the jump in. But Pugera running low on bar. That's what's been taking it far. That's what's been allowing him to gain so much damage. So much advantage in this matchup. Light punch and things like that.
Oh, and there's the big throw bait from Kazunoko. This is the scenario right here. He was able, man, did he miss the window? Did he miss the window to drive impact back? No, he does not pass the rhythm allegations, but it's fine. Or so I thought.
Fortunately, Pugera, you do not get a plate. But wait, sweep off the feet, crouching Minu kick. Gotta finish it. Can he get an air slash? The idea of the air slash, there it is. The idea of the air slash to get the burnout was a bait the entire time. The feint is fine, the air to air, and Pugera puts himself on set point.
Damn. You were about to say he wasn't invited to the barbecue for like a split second.
Woo. He's okay. He's okay. Pugera, come through. We'll get some ribs, baby.
See, I can't give that pass. But I will say this, Kazunoko again, getting that initial, man, these spin knuckles are in places where I feel like it's deliberate from Kazunoko, but at the same time, it's like, is his objective to drain DJ out of his drive game early? I think so. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think these spin knuckles are deliberately placed to burn Pugera out faster for him to get the engine going. Oh boy, what a block. Look at the chip damage on that. Hey, 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 you can't jump in. You can't dive kick on him. this is a great place to be if you're Pugera. Still, at least, you know, being able to charge up and stop some of these dive kicks.
Can't find the hit confirm. Level 2. Now he's back in business. The jump in. Recovers the time. It's OD, so it's fine. OD, DP. Kazunoko trying to burn so much of that gauge. But it hasn't worked out. The strategy's not worked out. Stand fierce. Hold on now.
He got it! He got the opener! And it's Kazunoko bringing it down. Last game, last round. Here for the day.
What a way to close things out. A tight set. And I think that strategy you pointed out with the spin knuckles to deplete the gauge has been so pivotal to as an entry point, right? Drive rush, stand light punch has been such a big starter for Pugera. So drain that gauge. However, Kazunoko's out. Get the side switch with the ODDP.
That's fine. If he wants to burn out, he wants to do it by his rules, and I get that. Kazunoko. Oh my god, who said that was unreactable? My man waited. He even did the anime adjusted glasses in between the combo. This guy is sick. He's a legend. He's a Capcom Cup champion. But wait a minute, it's Pugera. He's looking to shine a light on Kazunoko's lenses.
He's online though. Caught the throw tech again. OD, the super. That's enough to be the win. Kazunoko. So I'm a Capcom Cup champion. You know about that yet?
Amazing. Amazing clutch performance to even bring it to a final round. And more so the tactics implemented throughout the entire course of the game. I feel like if you were to be a graduate of the School of Street Fighter, your dissertation would be much better if you made an analysis of that match right there. You could easily get your doctorate in Street Fighter knowledge by breaking down what just happened. Because I gotta say, that was phenomenal Street Fighter. Dear God, that was sick. That was only day 1, baby!
Only on day 1. The fact that we see these top-level players challenging and checking, staying outside certain drive rush ranges, reacting, and how they're sapping away the drive gauge, already looking at it like, this is your resource, this is what you've been utilizing, I'm going to kill it before it even starts. I'm tired of you scooting through like an Ed, Eddie character. I'm going to stuff you and stop you expeditiously. Yo, Kazunoko got Grizzly. See the stats up right here. Let me see what we have on the deck. Yo, Kazunoko in that 3-2. I'm going to get translation up here. I got to pull this up. My bad. What do we have up here, Vicious? My bad, I gotta find my translation.
Man, beats me, Zinkola. But I will say this. Obviously, the anti-air is very much so there from Kazunoko, better in comparison to Pugera, right? 67%, 4 out of 6 anti-airs. We talk about throws as well, but tech throws down below, 33%, a little bit higher of a percentage. I don't know what that 83 is, but I'll get right to it as soon as I can. But the drive impacts, let's talk about that. 60% success rate from the side of Kazunoko. So what does this mean when it's tie game, 20-20? We've already played 3 matches. What happens?
We get the first to one, the first to death. Only one last match remains to tie things off, to end the night. And as our last match, what better way? I think in the previous season we had something similar where it was like, well, the final match of the day actually ended in the same way. Well, boy, okay, this is gonna be a banger. I don't even know what you do here. I think honestly, I say you pull up the last 2 players that played up in the anchor match. They're still hot, ready to go. It was still decisions away for Pugera. It wasn't like he was absolutely free at the very end. Just need to change up the tempo. What he's doing with that drive gauge, it'd be a little bit less obvious when he's drive rushing in. But Kazunoko's already hot. I'd send Kazunoko right back in. Get him in there.
What I wouldn't do is send in the character that he's had a lot of practice with the demo. Do not send a Luke player. Do not send Kawano. Don't bring a Luke to his doorstep. He's already settled in Memphis. In fact, Kazunoko will be the mayor of Memphis if you decide to throw out Luke. That's the thing, man. You're welcoming Luke into his hometown. So I will say this. I think it's up to Gachiku's decision, perhaps. No, I mean, well, the team always kind of like talks about it, but it's gonna be Gachiku, I'd imagine, stepping up to plate. Does that mean? I did see the camera kind of focusing on Goichi. Does that mean we're gonna get the run back between those two?
Goichi versus Tachikawa. is what we're going to have. What a decision from both sides. I'm surprised not having Kazunoko go right back up. He's already hot. In the first one, I think Cammy does fantastic. I think she's really impressive. Kazunoko is too as well. But they choose to set up Goichi and Tachikawa. Luke Modern versus Luke Classic. What?
Word.
The battle for chat. The battle for chat right now.
So, is this a, I guess if I were to put any logic behind it, it would be the redemption of the players that had lost their games, right?
Ah, okay. That's a big bet, though. Oh.
Damn. Modern versus classic. You know, we try to avoid this conversation in the chat, but this time, hey, chat, I need you guys to go nuts, all right? I need to get some ones for those that are in favor of modern. I need to see some big twos for those in favor of classic. If you guys are going to be divisive the entire evening, so be it. Now is the perfect time to talk about it. If you're a modern main, go 1. If you're a classic main, go 2. It's fine, man. It's totally fine.
Let it rip. Let it all out. As y'all been wanting to. It's going to be a wild match. Tachikawa himself thought that Kazunoko would come up to fight again, as many of us did. But I'm so curious about how this is going to go. You have a character that is more, I mean, it's going to have light kick, medium kick, which are great footsie tools. But Tachikawa's proven that he is fantastic in a scramble situation. So I don't know how this is going to go. I have no idea.
最後の試合がモダン対クラシックってこれすごくない？しかもルークね。どうなんですかね。モダン対クラシックの同キャラ戦ってそう確かにありえるわ。そうありえるけど
This is it, man. This is the future. If modern Luke wins, I can already picture everybody saying, "This is the future, old man." Then you got, you know, classic Luke. Then you got old man yells at the clouds, but he was right. You know, who knows? The divisiveness is killing me inside. Why can't we all just enjoy the games? You know what I'm saying, St. Cola? Why can't we just enjoy the games, man? Hey, where's? Don't you have the T-shirt from CEO?
I do. Not by me, but I do definitely do.
What
I got
shirt?
classic.
Is it modern or classic?
I got classic. I got classic.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Everybody's unfollowing you
man.
now. Everybody's unfollowing.
I just lost 70 followers. I was almost at 10K. Come on.
Come on now. I'll take them. Come on over. Come on over to whatever side. You guys can come on through. I'm totally kidding. But so let's take a look at what's about to happen. Tachikawa on the left. For those that may not know, Tachikawa on the left. We talked about him, famed anime player. Same thing, same reiteration to the man on the right with Goichi. Exact same accolades, if not better. These two are going to be duking it out here on this particular stage for Street Fighter 6 in the very first day of Street Fighter League Japan. And it is going to be a spectacle. Whether you're a modernized warrior or a classic controller beast, whatever, classically trained, right? This is going to be a showdown nonetheless.
Absolutely. So don't revert your eyes. The final match of the day. Tachikawa versus Goichi. Modern versus classic. Yo, let's get it. What a way to end the night, yo.
Damn. Round out. This is a sudden death. This is going to be a first to one, by the way. Best of one, sudden death. It's do or die time. Again, you're starting to see Goichi get thrown instead. Tachikawa already ready with the drive rush back, the big counter, the trade, I should say, from both ends.
That perfect parry into the dash up. Gonna gain some ground. Now the drive rush into the throw. Punish counter too as well.
The drive gauge disparity, actually not a lot of a disparity right now. Goichi with a big punch. Ah, man, it could have been a little bit bigger. He just went off with medium kick as the punish.
A little bit more, crouching medium punch, even staying fierce, back at him. Oh, the cancel. Trying to bait out that DP. Like, baiting out the reactions is so big against Modern because they're so focused on finding reactions.
Right. Yeah, it's a valid strategy. being able to kind of bait out those perfect areas, a decent amount of damage, right? Again, that perfect parry scaling is significant. But you know what's not scaled? That right there. That drive impact to the wall, cross-cut DP. Here comes Tachikawa, back throw, back in you go. No drive rush, he's waiting for Goichi. Meticulously, I lied! The punish counter was there. Goichi attempting to go for, I can't tell what it was. Was it a parry? I didn't get to see his drive in. It was a punish counter indeed.
I didn't either.
Tachikawa, big opener.
Okay, huge lead here for Tachikawa. Close to but this is absolutely fine. You have such a big lead. You have him caught up in the corner, holds the throw, Goichi on the back foot, cross-cut DPI, do those nice and easy, nice and breezy. Tachikawa is rocking him. Which he has to do a desperate comeback right now. He's got CA. It's not gonna come into play. Tachikawa with Modern Luke seals the deal. Good 8 squad starts their dominance off strong. 25 points for their team with Modern Luke. Give me the words that are coming out of my mouth. Modern Luke.
And there it is. The chat goes wild. All of them. Boomers versus Zoomers. The time is now, old man. Now is the time to start praising your new modern overlords. That's just how it goes, man. Hey, all you classic fellas, pick up your bags and get on out of here, man. Make like a tree and leave. You're out. You're done. Classic's over. All right. Go home, dinosaurs. That's just how it goes.
Oh, man. The actions here from Tachikawa were so good, but also the pensiveness from Goichi. I wonder if he was just scared of all these quick fire actions that Tachikawa could do with supers, OD fireballs, and things like that. Like Goichi was like on the back foot the entire time. I'm in the corner, deer in the headlights. Tachikawa took full advantage. I'm sure that Tachikawa's had time to practice against many classically trained Lukes, so he's got an idea. Goichi maybe didn't have an idea fully of that matchup. He had some ideas where he did drive rush into like throw to stop himself. He bait out something for Tachikawa. He's like, I already know what you want to do. I'm a step ahead of you. Man, Tachikawa modern.
I think the strategies implemented also in the pressure game, specifically in the corner, is one to highlight. I think there hasn't been a moment where Tachikawa wasn't able to punish Goichi trying to jump out of the corner, which is pretty significant. So I do attribute a lot of that just having good game sense more so than modern control sense, right? I think overall him piloting the character and implementing the right strategies against Goichi was really imperative. I don't think there was ever a moment where I was like, damn, thanks modern in that set. To be quite genuine, I understand like we were memeing a little bit, but in all fairness, like full transparency with you all, I don't really see how big of a benefit it was in that matchup in particular.
Yeah, I don't think there was a drastic input from the inputs to really seal the deal. I think it was just Tachikawa playing fantastically and noticing the pensiveness from Goichi. Maybe Goichi thought that would be a part of that play. We saw him try to bait out the reactions from Tachikawa, maybe way too focused on the monosel and not Tachikawa's game plan, and that left him in the ground. But I think overall, Tachikawa's game sense, to have cross-cut DPs and things like that, to be awake and aware of what the other person wants to do when they're on the back foot, to take advantage, seeking some impacts and things like that, have these perfect parries into even dash-ups were fantastic for Tachikawa. It doesn't matter if what you play on, just have good game sense. You might pick up modern and maybe it's better for you, but that's not going to help you or enable you to do the things that Tachikawa did.
Right.
Tachikawa's just a really good player. He's a really good player. He's just smart.
That's the big underline, right? You gotta have the game sense in order to pick up the controller and utilize modern to the utmost capability. And again, that wasn't even utilizing modern. That was just utilizing Luke in the way that he needed to use Luke. So again, if you want to talk about what's going on, now I'm going to go back to, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going back to meme mode. If you want to talk about modern controllers, you got to talk about Luke first, all right? Let's talk about Luke and that character, huh? How good he is, top 5, huh? That character is great. It's pretty good.
Modern, we don't have to do a separate tier list where it's like modern and classic, and we're going to place the characters. I think classic Luke is top 2. You know, he's really good. But modern Luke probably up there too as well, amongst the classic as well. I mean, he loses stand light kick and medium kick, but maybe those things that happen in the demo, like the buffer light kick, maybe they don't matter as much. You know, I've been hinged on that quite a bit after I saw the demo play, but we've all the meta in the past couple of months plus that maybe that doesn't matter as much to Luke's toolkit. That's not such a detriment, and it's not such a problem for him. We'll have to see.
So we do have the interview coming in from Good 8 Squad. Well, Kawano, he took the back seat for today. It doesn't mean he's not going to be playing going forward, but his words to the rest of the squad, or at least in his interview, is that the match was perfect. Our guess about who was to come in the sudden death matchup was correct. Gotchgoon, he had a little bit to harp on as well, along with Pugera. What did they say, Sankola, in their part of the winner interview?
Gotchgoon said it was very fun doing the first match. Just glad to be playing, and that Manon was definitely doing a lot of work. Pugera says his body was eventually heavy, facing the opponent, but Pugera was able to stay solid until the very end when Kazunoko was able to take him right back in the ring. So it looks like he got too stressed trying to get the drive rushes in. And then Tachikawa said, people said our weakness was me. Kazunoko coming to face me was my only chance. So Tachikawa saying maybe people just didn't believe in him. Maybe based on his previous experience or how he hasn't really been doing a lot of work in Street Fighter. He did get like top 16 at CPT in like the last one in Street Fighter 5, but I don't really remember that. He did do work out there, but he hasn't been as consistent as other players. So maybe Kazunoko would have been a better bet, but he was able to take it over Goichi. I don't know. Actually, if he would have played Kazunoko, I don't know. Maybe it would have went the same way. He played very well.
Yeah. No doubt. And if you're looking at it logistically, although it was an overall loss for Team Cyclops, it's not too much of a detriment towards their overall score. They still managed to net 20 points for themselves, and it's only the very first game. All things considered, when you're looking at the grand scheme of things, this is still a round-robin format. So these guys all have to play against each other in the first stage to accumulate as many points as possible. And granted, the top 6 of these players in this stage will qualify over into stage 2. So I think there's a lot of leeway in between some of these matches to get themselves acclimated to the competition. So sending up Goichi to get himself, I guess, like primed for any other matchups that he may have lost, or just trying to recover from the losses prior, I think that's not too much of a bad bet, specifically for the sudden death scenario. So overall, not too bad a look. 20 points to 25. I can walk away with a smile if I'm Team Cyclops.
Yeah, it's a point to the bag, not leaving with 0 like some teams unfortunately had to do as they were faced with some difficult opponents with our first match. But Gotchman says we face and will face the team's so-called future champions. We'll try to do our best. But if this is their best, and we saw them previously look more human, I should say, they still look human, but they still look so dominant. And I can't wait to see what Kawan's going to do with that modern Luke. If the strength comes from, Tachikawa and that coaching, I can definitely see that helping this team out, even with Dogra, maybe giving some of the secret documents. Good stuff, the Good 8 Squad. They move on with the victory here, but as you said, Cyclops that we take away some points and some solace that they were able to take it down to the wire to the final match. Man, what a way to end the night, though, bro. Modern versus classic. It was fated. It was fated.
And the night, man. You can't even go to sleep after this. What time is it there for you? 8:30? It's about to be 8:30 a.m. for Sankola. It's about to be 6:30 for me here in Southern California. I don't think I can sleep after that. This is the perfect way to wake up into some Street Fighter 6 action, and I couldn't ask for anything better. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Despite the divisiveness, despite all the bickering between modern and classic, I do appreciate you guys. I mean, because the conversation is still about Street Fighter 6, as much as I give you kind of gripes about that. But again, we appreciate you guys coming in, even internationally. I saw somebody put in 9:30 p.m. Yo, man, I appreciate you. Sankola appreciates you. If you guys haven't done so already, @_Sankola, follow him. @ViciousFGC, follow us as well. We'll have all the updates as to what's to come for Street Fighter League Japan in terms of the schedule, in terms of the analysis, the breakdowns. Y'all need to follow us ASAP, and I do mean ASAP, because again, we are the current on-site commentators for the official English broadcast. We do also have some special guests coming our way. We didn't show you the exact full rotation just yet, but this is what's to come. Again, we're taking a look at the matchups right now. This is the final result of day one. FAV Gaming getting the full sweep over Hiroshima Team Ikusa 40-0. Shinobism Gaming falling a little short to Saishunkan Seoul Kumamoto in a really clutch match towards the end, 30-10. Then, of course, we saw what happened to the Faded Titans. CYCLOPS against Good 8 Squad, 20-25. The closest match. And again, very similar to the previous season, right?
Very similar in terms of how things are going down, but I do think there will be shakeups as people get adjusted to the meta. We've only just begun with Street Fighter 6. The meta is only going to evolve, modern and classic, and here are how things are going to roll. We're going to get this all filled up as we go along and get more of these teams. Gyogun has yet to play. Detonation, Focus Me has yet to play as well. Nagoya Oja Body Star yet to play also. So we're going to see even more of these teams come up in the next couple of days as we continue on with this round robin format. And we're going to get, as we have pointed out and shown, more games every single day. 3 sets every single day instead of 2 sets. Get even more Street Fighter 6 every time we meet.
I don't think you guys understand. There's going to be half a year of Street Fighter League Japan happening for Street Fighter 6. And get yourselves acclimated to the teams because these ones are going to be so sick to debut, right? We saw Shinobism Gaming a little bit earlier. They're facing off against the new and improved Detonation Focus Me led by Itabashi Zangief. Then, of course, the School of Fish, Gyogun versus Team CYCLOPS, who we saw earlier. But that's going to be with Mago and the gang, right? The same exact team from Gyogun. Then, of course, FAV Gaming. They're back in the hot seat. But they're facing off against Akira with the Nagoya Oja Body Stars. This is going to be phenomenal. Either way you spin it, it's going to be some of the best Street Fighter 6 that you could ask for in Japan. And this is the overall schedule. Take a screenshot right now while I'm doing this goofy face. This is where you can find the dates and the time for Street Fighter League Japan. In fact, I think the next slide is going to be the full calendar graphic, but this is going to be the current matchups for the first stage.
Keep it absolutely locked and loaded on this channel for the official restreams. Make sure that you all are following, obviously, us and obviously all the players too as well. They're streaming all the time, so you can get some little tidbits as we do too as well and ask some questions. Obviously, be respectful too. But this is the beginning. This is the start of Street Fighter. I'm super excited to see how things develop. I don't know if it's going to go down the same way. Will Good 8 Squad give you that dominance? We'll have to see. The new kids on the block that we're doing some work. But either way, it's going to be fantastic Street Fighter 6 all the way through until we get to the playoffs. So how do we get to the second section? Some people are going to get eliminated. We're going to live with 6 teams in the second section, Vicious. I can't believe that. We're going to leave 3 teams to the side when we hit the second section, the second half of Street Fighter League.
Well, you know, baby steps, man. Baby steps, okay? You gotta play like DJ. You gotta be like, babe. You gotta be like real chilling. You gotta be just cool about it, okay? We still got plenty to look forward to. We got plenty of games to look forward to. In the meantime, again, if you haven't done so, be sure to follow us on Twitter for all of the updates. In case you might have missed it, in case you were too busy reading the graphics, be sure to follow us on Twitter. And I can't encourage that anymore. That's going to be our time, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed the first day of Street Fighter League Japan Season 6. We'll see you all in the streets. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Again, be safe. We'll see you in this next one.
そして最後にカプコンプロツアーの開幕となるエボ2023のエントリー締め切りが日本時間7月10日月曜日13時59分に迫っています。週明けですね。はい。参加検討されている方はお早めに
ですね。
はい、というわけで、いや開幕戦にふさわしいとてつもない試合の連続で、
いや面白かったです。
大満足でございましたが、
満足した。
まあ本日は以上で、終わっていきたいと思います。それではストリートファイターリーグプロ JP 2023、本日はファーストステージ第1節の3試合をお届けいたしました。実況は私7位、そして解説はハメコさんでお送りいたしました。ハメコさんありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございました。
それではまた次節お会いいたしましょう。さようなら。
さようなら。